Doing this because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been slacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of friggin' iceholes like yourself.
Yeah, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh my God, there's 100 morons in my basement.
Hey, you. Hurry.
Mulligan. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Here's your other hand. Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3. Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
Basement Benchwarmers Podcast, back for another week. Early, it's Sunday night. Are you ready for some podcast?
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, we're all here tonight. All two of us.
Just myself, Ed, and Jace here tonight. If you're chewing, that's Jace. He's eating. That's
the best we can do today for you guys.
So turn down the power game. Then you got to listen to Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. Watch it in the background, and we'll just talk about sports while you enjoy the power game or the Bill game. I don't know if you're a Bill fan. You might be a Bill fan. I don't know.
I think I'm edging my way towards being a Bills fan this year.
Still cold, and it's a small town. Same concept.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's start how we start each week, and we'll ask. Let's be quick. We only got 2 people. So how was your week, Ed?
Well, I hate to say this, but I'm officially white trash now.
Huh?
I spent the morning day drinking today, then went and watched the Bears game on TV, took a little nap, and then I spent the afternoon installing my inflatable hot tub I got from Costco. So I don't know what's more white trash than that.
If you would have said it was a liner inside the back of your pickup, then you would have
This might work.
It's a traveling hot tub? Tailgating hot tub.
I like this.
Might have to think of that. Hey,
Get that a parking pass for the Lions game.
just a hot tub.
No food, just a hot tub.
Yeah, it's. I'm going to tell you, though, it says it's supposed to warm up pretty fast. It's been heating up for a while, and it went up 2 degrees.
Oh, well.
So I'm like, well, I might be able to enjoy it by next weekend at the rate it's going.
Once it gets going, it might shoot up. Oh, it heats itself and everything? The water heats?
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Is it nice?
For a little inflatable hot tub.
My mother-in-law wants one of those, so we got to let her know. I'll let her know how it is.
Maybe she'll have to stop over when Amber's out of town. Me and her can test it out.
She has a broken wrist, so... Never mind. So, Jace, how was your week as we're talking about your grandma?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was good, busy, a lot of sports. Great season from Tremper Soccer. They lost to Oak Creek on Thursday. Doesn't matter because Oak Creek lost 4-0 on Saturday, which, yeah.
To Marquette?
Yeah, Marquette's going to state.
Marquette's really good.
You tell everybody else that you're now famous?
Oh, yeah. So yesterday I had a volleyball game, took pictures of that, then did another shoot. On my way home, I see a terrible accident.
So what do you think? Let me get my camera out.
Good for you.
Yeah, I was one of the first people to witness it, really, and driving by, go find a parking lot, park, and run around with my camera. That's the best I could do. So I sat out at the intersection of Green Bay Road and Highway 165 for about 2 hours. I was literally there before the cops were there. The fire department was there. Got pictures of everybody showing up. They were got pictures of, they were actually, bystanders put the fire out in the car. And,
not Jace. He was the first one there. He's got his camera out.
Screw that. I got my camera.
I don't want to help nobody.
I just charged this thing.
And, they pulled the guy out of the car and were doing CPR on him. And, then they, the ambulance and, the, other fire company came from Highway H. And they had another ambulance for the other victim, and the squad truck was there. Then there were probably 15 cops there at the time then. And then I seen them blocking a road off, and I was like, I wonder what they're doing. So go over there, and I figured out that they landed Flight for Life, and they medevaced the guy up to Freighter, and they actually medevaced the other victim from St. Cat's to Freighter in Milwaukee also, and both are alive.
Oh.
As of right now, so
Well,
that's what they
good.
said.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But your pictures were used.
Yep, and my picture was used in the news, so got that going, and maybe it'll be in the actual paper this week. So
Yep, you're
look
gonna-
out for that.
Ansel Adams.
You're gonna be a night crawler pretty soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Just
gonna start doing.
driving around in the middle of the night
Just
looking for crimes.
Go get my big wireless or my satellite radio and just have that thing cranked up, listening to the police scanner.
You got to watch those shows. There's an actual movie, and I think it was maybe Gyllenhaal or somebody like that. And then there was actually a show for like a year. I think it was just called Night Crawlers.
Moved to LA and become paparazzi.
And that's what this is in LA, and they just follow people around, and they would look for accidents or shootings or kind of morbid job, but
They make their money.
but they stay up all night and they just rush from place to place.
Well, I mean, with how it was, if I sat outside the fire department, I could follow them around all day because the squad truck and the other ambulance came back after Flight for Life. The squad truck then left. It like flew out of there to another scene, and the ambulance followed it. So there was another accident on, I believe it was 75th Street somewhere, and they had to go deal with that. So there's a whole nother accident that happened.
Just remember, if you follow firefighters around all day, you're going to see a lot of chili eating, grilled cheese sandwiches. I mean,
And Dalmatian walking.
Yeah, probably, yeah, maybe lifting weights a little bit. I don't know. That's about what you're going to see on an average day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So.
that's what I did last night. So
Okay, well,
Interesting.
that's good. My week was not that kind of basic, nothing crazy. What did I do? Anything good? I went this morning. I
Yeah, we were day drinking.
had a burrito this morning at Sunnyside with Swan, Kaylee, and Ed, and Critter, and everybody. Amber, Connie. Well, it was for Sammy's birthday.
Yep, Sammy
Ed's
turned
nephew
21.
21. So we stopped out. Me and Jay stopped out for a burrito. It was good burrito. Good burrito. So yeah, I can't think of anything else this week. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of anything good.
It was a pretty laid back weekend.
Yeah, it was. It was a pretty quiet weekend. Nice weekend. Weather's still nice out.
Yeah, I went to a party last night actually, and Gavin Lux backed out at the last second. He was supposed to be there signing baseballs.
Yeah.
So I think he might have been a cheapskate and not had enough baseballs on him or something.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I was like, I was going to trade baseball cards with him.
Yours for his.
I don't know.
I got an Earl Weaver here. What do you got? What you got?
I don't know.
So
Got a little weird there.
So tonight, good, bad, and ugly as usual. Also, a little World Series is tied up 1-1. No game tonight, correct? They don't play again until Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
That's my
I think
guess.
they're on
right?
the road.
Yeah, because they got probably tonight and Monday because of football. Maybe. Hey, they play baseball tonight or tomorrow? Or tomorrow? They play
Should be
tomorrow. Not
tomorrow.
what's today? Sunday?
Yeah, not till Tuesday now.
No, tomorrow.
Because they're gonna play tomorrow night with football going on.
Oh yeah, travel day, and then they'll play. They don't care about.
So tomorrow
football.
night, we'll talk about the World Series, tied up 1-1 right now.
Yep.
Also, we will talk about the NBA a little bit. The Bucks on their their nice 5-0 start, and the NFL as usual. Let's start out with the good, bad, and ugly. We'll start out with the ugly, and let's go with Ed. He can start us out tonight with the ugly.
This is a pretty easy one too. I'm going with Michigan State fight in the tunnel.
Yep.
And now Michigan State came out and apologized that our players are above that. But I was actually reading into this, and you watch some of the videos. The Michigan player, so these guys would go down the same tunnel. This is it was at the Big House, wasn't it?
Oh yes, the game was. Yep.
So they share a tunnel, which is amazing. We talked about this earlier.
It makes no sense.
You just built this huge stadium. You share a tunnel.
Mhm.
So Michigan State goes in first. Always the visiting team goes in first. Well, the Michigan player ran up like through them, got in the middle, and was taunting them. And I think someone had their feelings hurt because it's not nice to taunt and act like a piece of shit, and to people. And some people don't like that. I would be one of them.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of guy. If you get up my face and start screaming about my mom and stuff, I'm probably gonna hit you.
Because Michigan had won the game pretty handily, so
They won it by about 25.
They
yeah.
won the game, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like
you
already beat them. It's over. It's not before the game. Game's over. You
Yeah.
won. Move on the next week.
It's kind of like a boxer knocking a guy out and then pissing all over him on the ring. It's
Yeah.
like you already showed you're the better guy.
Yeah, you won the fight.
Yeah. So then he got beat up pretty good. A couple guys were pounding on him a little bit and kind of just threw him out of there. They didn't kick him on the ground. They weren't just get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So now Michigan State's apologizing and all this, and stories are coming out now though that people that worked in the tunnels or have been there all year said Michigan encourages this behavior. This is the third time something like that's happened this year already.
Wow.
They encourage the taunting and the. That's what I heard from just like a backroom source, that actually works at the stadium. So,
Well, that's not good.
no, that's not a good attitude to have. I guess if it's helping you win games,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's also
that doesn't seem like Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
Just the kind of coach he
it's
is.
that Rich Rodriguez philosophy.
He allows it, so.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I don't. It
let's-
just doesn't seem like.
Let's see what he does to the guy this week that ran back into Michigan State. If he gets anything done to him.
Because Michigan State said those guys were all going to get suspended and everything. So let's see if the Michigan guy's not suspended.
Yeah.
It's a joke,
Yeah. So you got an ugly, Jace?
Yeah. Stupid WIA soccer refs on Thursday. Holy cow. At this game, just terrible. Just missed call after missed call. Both sides, not even just one-sided. It was more Oak Creek, because Oak Creek's just physical in general and how they're coached. Guy gets taken out in the box on Tremper. No call. Could have been a yellow card to start the game. Then another guy gets tripped at the top of the box. Could have been also a yellow card because he didn't even come close to hitting the ball. Nothing. Then there's actually about probably 30 minutes into the half. There's a fight pretty much. Oak Creek kid tackles one of our kids. Kid punches him in the head. Then he gets up, shoves him to the ground. Nothing. Both sides.
This is Michigan State tunnel.
Yeah, letting them play, it sounds like.
Yeah, nothing at all. It was just terrible. And the refs had no clue on how to handle it. Just poor the entire game. There's stuff both sides towards the end of the game also. It was just belligerent. I could have done a better job.
You'll see that in hockey games though too, where they kind of let them play, but then it gets out of hand. Is the problem?
You got to be careful.
Well, in soccer, there's another story.
Fine line.
You really can't let them play in soccer. You got to call stuff, especially that. Like we could add a penalty in the game. That stuff you have to call,
and it was
especially at the level.
And it was a 1-0 game.
Yes, it was a 1-0 win. So
it wasn't like it was. Yeah.
If you give that penalty kick to Tremper, do they score? We don't know.
It changed the whole fabric of that game.
Yep.
They'd be up 1-0 and not down 1.
And especially that was within the first 10 minutes. So it's sort of a tone setter. But there's just so much that that's why soccer, you got to call stuff.
Yeah. Wow. My ugly is today from the NFL. PJ Moore hits PJ Walker hits DJ Moore. Hits DJ Moore for a 52-yard Hail Mary, down by 6. They score, need an extra point to win the game. DJ Moore takes his helmet off. 15-yard celebration. The kicker, 47-yard extra point, should have made it. Of the kicker of Chicago Bear fame, Eddie Pinheiro, misses the extra point. They go to overtime. Marcus Mariota throws a pick to start overtime. Woo! Carolina gets the ball at the 20. They set up for a 32-yard field goal. Pinheiro hooks it. Atlanta wins the game on their field goal.
Oh my God!
And
he missed 2 and an extra point and a 32-yard field goal in a matter of probably about 8 minutes of game time. 5 minutes of game time.
Again, DJ Moore should not have put him in that.
But maybe he wouldn't have made the extra point anyway. The 30.
Right, it's always possible, but
yeah,
it's a bad look.
Yeah.
Again, for taunting again.
For taking his helmet off. That's all he did. He was like,
what is with these guys taking their?
I think.
Have you ever seen any of them that are really that good looking that you want to see their?
Well, I think he thought they won the game.
I believe his thinking was it was like an overtime type thing. It was over. It didn't matter. But yeah, you can't take your helmet off in the.
Well, and they were tied. That's the other thing. It's not like his touchdown gave him the lead.
Yeah.
So even if it was zeros on the clock, they still have to go out there and make the kick.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. You got to make it anyway.
Well,
but yeah, it was a tie game.
Not in a sense though, because Stephon Diggs did the same thing after the Minnesota thing. They didn't go out there for the PAT. The refs
that's overtime though.
No, that was game time. They didn't kick the PAT. The refs just ended the game because the field flooded with media.
Oh,
yeah.
So same sense, and Stephon Diggs did the same exact thing. They won on his touchdown though, but that's what PJ Moore was thinking. I think that his 6 gave him the lead, and there was nothing on the clock. Whatever.
You got to know where you're at in these games, though. I mean,
well, how about just don't take your helmet off ever, no matter what the
situation
is?
Exactly. Yeah.
Ed, you're bad.
It's not really bad. More of a weird play. Justin Fields throws the pick to Micah Parsons, or no, not a pick. It was a catch, a run, fumble. Yeah. Parsons falls on it. Fields comes in and does like an unbelievable jump to get out of his way. And I was like, when it happened right away, I'm like, what? Why didn't he just touch him? And then I was like, oh, it's dead ball anyways. Then Parsons gets up and runs for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it was just such a weird play. I mean, you got to know where you're at. Again, you got to know what's going on. But that wasn't even really I got kind of a 1.5 here. I was just watching the Rams game before I left. Headed over here. Cooper Kupp takes a leg injury. 1:02 left in the game. They're down by 3 touchdowns. So we'll find out more tomorrow.
Why is he on the field?
Why is he on the field 1:02 and they threw him the ball?
I agree.
And he gets rolled up on.
Does it look pretty bad?
Yeah, they say it's an ankle injury. They already came out and said. So it looked worse. He did walk off on his own power, but
still, you never know.
Why is he even out on the field with 1:02 to go? They got him off the field. They hand off to run the clock down. That was it. So there's no reason to throw him the ball. It just made so.
Bad. Jace.
Yes, I don't know. Nothing really.
Oh, I just did like 6.
My bad will be my fantasy teams. I have 2 teams right now that I'm scoring probably top 3 scoring. I'm going to lose both those games probably. So with a lot of fantasy scoring this week in football. Tons of fantasy scoring. Yeah.
A lot of big 3-4 touchdown games.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara hasn't found the end zone one time, and now he's in the end zone 3 times today.
Yeah, and I played against him today.
He had 45 points.
And I had him in a league. I almost didn't start him because he's been so bad.
Well, that's a tough guy not to start. You have to kind of start him because unless you have, like I had a league where I have, it's 10-man league, so I have ATN, McCaffrey, and Josh Jacobs. So I have those 3 guys, and Josh Jacobs had a great game today. They had a bad game. We'll talk about that later. But and then I didn't start Dameon Pierce.
Ooh.
It's just one of those things. I mean,
if you got that many guys.
I mean, I'm starting top tier guy. Now you got to start McCaffrey. Yeah, I mean, you have to.
What is
I
that?
drafted in the first round.
It's just like the league, 8-man league.
No, 10-man. My receivers, I got decent. And that league, I took my receivers first in that league. It's you start 3 receivers, and I still ended up with those 3 running backs. Oh, no. I couldn't end up quick. Maybe it's not the same league. Whatever.
You're in too many leagues.
Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, that's my bad. I'm doing well. I'm actually scoring a good amount of points, and guess what? Not going to win.
I told you in our Dynasty League, which is a very competitive league.
I would, as we're talking about Michigan State and Michigan coming out of the same tunnel, these guys come out of the same tunnel in Buffalo, and Jair Alexander and Stephon Diggs going jaw to jaw before the game.
That's before the game.
A lot of NFL teams come out of the same tunnel, but they should be they're
professionals.
They're professionals,
and it's before the game. They're trying to, and I have no problem with that as long as they're not throwing punches.
They're just talking crap. They're spirited. It's there.
After the game, I have a problem. Rubbing it in somebody's face.
Dennis Sandler hasn't played good all year, and there he goes.
I was saying, I'm in our Dynasty League, which is very competitive. A lot of guys, actually, almost all our listeners are from there.
Yeah.
And at the end of this week, if things work out here and Josh Allen doesn't go crazy, I might be the high scorer in that league, and I'm going to be 3rd in my 4-team division, tied for 3rd. I'll be the high scorer of the whole league. We got a 4-team division. I'm not even going to be. I might be in last place. It's unbelievable.
It sucks, man.
It just doesn't. Sometimes
it's gambling.
Yeah,
it's another form of gambling. That's all it is. You throw your money in and hope you're.
God.
It's like it's almost like playing like bingo. Hope your numbers hit that week.
It's like when you wake up in the morning, there's a guy with a hammer in his underwear in your living room. Just shit happens. That doesn't make sense.
That's a Tuesday at your house, isn't it?
It was. No, it was Wednesday.
Okay.
It was on. Jesus.
So how about you're good? Got the hammer in the living room. So how about you're good?
Geno Smith. He has the Seahawks 5-3 now. They wrote the Seahawks were wrote off by game 0 of this year.
They were.
I was calling for Rams. I was calling. I'm like, Pete Carroll might be on the Benchwarmer hot seat because he's gonna get fired. No, they're like better than the Rams, the Niners,
are they in
Arizona Panthers?
Yeah.
Arizona, whatever they are.
They're actually in second.
That's a better
Aren't
name.
they second in the division? No, they're second.
Who's first?
No, they're first.
Yeah, they're first.
No, they are first.
Yeah, because they were first last week.
Yeah, so the 49ers are second now because they're 4-4. They're a game behind them.
And Arizona's in there.
Arizona's probably 3rd.
Yeah.
Well, wait for that to drop. Call of Duty comes out in 2 weeks.
Oh, inside
that
joke.
was the quote after the game. And they asked because after Patrick Peterson must have had a pick in the game, he went to the ground faking like he was playing a video game. They're like, "What video game are you playing?" "Oh, I think Call of Duty. I think it comes out in a couple weeks." That was his quote. So the whole Kyler Murray thing, I think
it's real.
It's a professional thing, and all those guys probably said they're laughing. Like I tell you right now, no guy wants to play with a guy like that. If he really is doing stuff like that, not doing his homework to make you better, and when you're making the most money on the team.
He had a good game today.
Yeah, 2 picks though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but still he did have an.
We'll get to that.
He had a better game though. He looked better at times. Like, what I saw, because I was at basketball, so I was just watching the Bear game on my phone. I could, and that's why like one of the few plays I saw the Bear game was the pick, and as soon as he jumped over, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a touchdown. As soon as he jumped over.
Well, what I think happened is that when he dove for the ball, he gives himself up. In a sense, but that's not the rule.
No,
that's what I think he went through his head.
No, he's probably still thinking he's in college, that he's just down.
Because he was picking the fumble up.
Yeah, and that's what I think went through his head. That's why he jumped over him so he didn't get the foul.
I give Micah Parsons 100% credit, because that's what NFL players tend to always think they can do. That ball was rolling toward the sidelines where he could have maybe tried scooping scoring, which he did anyway.
He just laid on it.
He fell on it to grab it, could get ball for his team instead of going out, because it might have rolled out of bounds, and then he's like, oh, okay, I can run now. So even if you think it was a great play, because he could have been greedy, I'm going to try scoring a touchdown. He didn't. But he did get a touchdown.
And then he was given the touchdown.
Against my Bear, good for him.
Yeah,
good
because
he's good.
He can't just go and I fumble the football. You can't just go and hit it out of bounds. It's not your ball. You have to have possession going out of bounds with it.
Yeah,
he secured possession.
Yeah, he secured it, and then he was like, wait, and got up and ran.
It's like, I'm pretty sure nobody's touched me yet.
Oh, my God.
That was a big hit.
That was a big hit in the head.
I love.
Did you see he's like laughing?
Josh Allen's a giant too. It's like you hit him. It's like, oh yeah, he doesn't know what's going on.
He's a fast.
He's bigger than his lineman.
He is an athletic Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah,
that is what he is.
No, he's actually Cam Newton.
Yeah,
he's Cam Newton, but he's a better quarterback. No offense to Cam Newton. I know he listens.
He's white. He's a white chocolate Cam Newton.
No, he's Cam Newton, but he's a better quarterback.
Yeah,
I think that's what he is.
He can read defenses and everything else.
He can drop back and he can work. That's why he's so effective when he runs the ball. Because
Cam
Newton was good.
He's super talented.
Yeah. Oh, Cam Newton was
just not smart enough to.
Cam Newton has an MVP, went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and for years you don't want to play him. So it was one of those guys. It wasn't like he was like, oh yeah, Cam Newton's a flash. No, he had his 4 or 5 years, so you can't knock the guy.
And he's man.
And it's tough to be good in the NFL as a quarterback. It's
how
tough.
about he probably had the best drip in football too?
He did. He dressed pretty sweet.
Yeah,
he did. I wouldn't wear. We should start dressing like Cam Newton for shows.
Well, do you remember the?
Do you think you can get clothes in those sizes for me?
I don't know. To look like that.
That'd be sweet. I'd have like some shiny suit on and my guts hanging out of it. I'd have to have a dickie.
So your good was Geno Smith.
Yeah.
You're good.
My good are the bystanders who got out of their vehicles and brought fire extinguishers, pulled victims from the car, and started doing CPR to the horrible accident.
Nice.
As none of the first responders were there yet, they called 911.
Lucky you grabbed your camera.
I'm very lucky I grabbed my camera. Wow.
He's unstoppable in the end zone.
Josh Allen is a good.
I don't know if that's still a stat, but a couple years ago, he had never thrown a pick, never threw a pick or turned a ball, threw a pick in the red zone ever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's still, it might not stand anymore because he throws the ball a little
8
more.
plays, 61 yards in 5 minutes.
Rodgers had one of those too. He went for years like that, and now it's not
he
even.
Sucks.
Yeah, I mean, he used to be like the red zone guy. I mean, it went for years too.
So my good is going to be, I don't know. I'm gonna say my good is the Eagles. They just keep going along, and I know people are putting them in their power rankings, say they're good, but nobody talks about them when they talk about the best team in the NFL. They don't talk about. We do this. We talk about the Chiefs. We talk about the Bills. We talk about those are teams who are always popping up in our heads. But I'm going to give the Eagles some credit and their coach and their and Jalen Hurts, a guy I didn't think would. He is playing at a very good level right now. They got a good team set up, and the rumor is they are going to try to make a play. I don't know what's going on in New Orleans, but Alvin Kamara has come up in trade talks to go to the Eagles. Oof. So, I mean, good for them. The win-now mentality. These guys are last-year contracts. I think Kamara's in his last. So you lose a pick over it, but they're young enough where I think they can survive losing picks. So
Philadelphia has actually extra picks.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They do.
They might have 2 first-rounders this year.
Yeah.
One's early.
They have extra ones. Yeah. You just ate, didn't you, Jinx?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to tack on your Eagles thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying all of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
The Phillies, they came back in game 1.
I believe the Flyers are 4-0. 5-0 now.
Yeah, Flyers are
The only,
undefeated.
the only team that's a wah,
The
wah, wah.
Sixers,
And you know why they suck?
they're good though.
You know why they suck?
Doc Rivers.
Well, I'm not gonna. What are you looking like? I'm gonna argue
No,
back with
no,
you.
we all agree, though, don't we?
Yeah, you looked at me like you're gonna say no. No, I'm like,
Yeah, it's
it's a fucking joke.
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. The guy sits there and we need to do things better. Yeah, you know what? You're the problem.
Think about this. If me and you were as bad at our jobs as he is at his, we would not be able to watch football because we'd be living behind the dumpster at Culver's
Seeing Chase there once a week
with his camera for some
Yeah.
reason.
So yeah, Doc Rivers. I mean, but yeah, I agree. The Philadelphia, good for them. The Flyers are playing well, like Jay said. The Phillies are tied 1-1 with the Astros, and you got the Eagles, who are 7-0 now, and are not in control of their. It's pretty well now. They went up 2 games in their division, or 2.5, because they're a game and a half up on the Cowboys now, and they're probably a game up on the Giants now. So our game and a half. But today the Giants suffered a pretty big loss in Seattle. So I think they're 6-2. I think the Cowboys are 6-2, and they're 7-0. So
Well, if we're talking about bad coaches for a moment, did you? I don't know if you guys seen about what Vin Baker had written on his blackboard when they were during a timeout during the second game of the season.
for the Bucks,
No, he's Lakers coach.
Who is
not
Vin?
them, you mean Darvin Ham?
Or Darvin Ham, I meant. Yeah,
Oh.
Darvin Ham. Yeah,
I was gonna say Vin Baker.
yeah, Darvin Ham, I meant.
That's close. Their names are close. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this tailgating right here. Buffalo. Oh, he's drinking shots out of a bowling ball. That's new. That's the thing they do too. Oh, there's a. Oh, nope. I would never do that.
He wrote because
That's
they
a waste
have
of a table.
Yeah, but did you see their parking lots? Grass. They can't even afford to pave it.
That's how Tampa was.
that's how Tampa is.
Yeah,
but
you're
he-
right. Tampa is that
Yeah.
way.
They have huge lots though. It's nice.
Yeah.
He wrote contest without fouling because they haven't been their fouling has been horrible all season still to
Oh.
the Lakers to this point still.
You know the Lakers are shooting. Well, let's talk about NBA right now since we're talking Lakers. You know the Lakers are shooting like 18% 3-point range as a team or something like that.
Oh, they're killing it.
They're terrible, and I think like Westbrook is like 1.8% right now. They're
Russell Westbrook's like below 5, I think.
It's 1.8. That's what it is.
That's below 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It-
I thought you said 8.1.
yeah. They're terrible, and they have no 3-point shooter. Only 3-point shooter they have is Austin Rivers, probably.
Rivas.
Rivers. That's Doc Rivers' son, actually.
Oh, they have Rivas too, the young kid.
No, Austin Rivers is on the team, I think.
Yeah, Rivers too.
But I think
but
Austin
they-
Rivers is their best 3-point shooter. Right
Yeah,
now.
this young
Yeah,
kid
they're-
Rivas, he's
and
a good
he's
kid
and he's
too.
shooting like 40%, and the team's still at 18. I mean, you got to be at what 35% as a team, probably a 3-point range to be 33. Yeah, and a 49%. Oh, flea flicker, 49%.
That's a long throw.
Good defense.
Boing.
So I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, the Lakers are they haven't won a game yet. At this point,
And people were
as of
pretty-
October 30th.
I know some people at our table even picked them to make the playoffs.
I didn't.
I did not as well.
Who
I
picked
think
them?
Bradley did, didn't he? How bad is that
He
team?
probably had one too many bourbons that night. Yeah, I like I say, I'm not. I don't know, man. They're bad.
They're really bad.
How can it be that? They actually said though the problem with there right now. I think someone wrote. I saw something that their plus minus when Westbrook is on the court is like 12 or 14, but their minus is like 12 when he's on the field on the court. So I understand nobody wants him. You're not going to be able to trade him for anything. It's time for the Lakers to make a decision and go, yeah, we have to just eat the salary and just cut him free. He's not helping us. Bring up a kid from the G League that might help us. Whatever. Nobody's going to trade for that and we looked this up the other day. He makes like $48 million this year. He's making more
'Cause they,
than LeBron James.
Yeah, because it was the.
And I'm not a LeBron guy, but LeBron deserves to make more money. He should be the highest paid guy on his team. Probably.
Now, you guys have to. I'm not a basketball guy, but I remember a few years ago, and Lakers were decent, but did they not get rid of Ingram? Was Kuzma moved on?
Kuzma they traded. Brandon Ingram. Kuzma was a guy. He ended up going to the Wizards, I think.
Yeah, Wizards.
Who else? They had another guard.
We talk about this all the time. I love the guy too. You're right. Who's the other guard they had there?
Julius Randle.
No.
Well, they had
Randall
Ra-
they dumped.
they
but
just got rid of
Randall,
him.
that's not their fault because Randall was not as good as he was with the Knicks.
Knicks, he was.
He's gotten better there because I think the difference is he gets the ball more. He's fed the ball with there. He didn't get the ball but who was the guard?
Didn't
You're
they
right.
have one of the ball kids
Oh, yeah.
too?
They Alonzo.
Yeah, they
Alonzo was.
Yeah,
That was when he was still hitting his strides.
Okay,
But they dumped everybody to keep like two
Let's see,
guys.
they Alonzo and Kuzma with Davis and LeBron right now. Their team would be 4-1. That's my. I'm gonna say 4-1.
Well, Davis
Right?
is out.
Would you? Is he out again?
Back injury.
Yeah, he hasn't played in the last couple games.
Jesus.
Yeah, he went out Friday.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, and that's another thing. I like AD. I like him a lot, but that's the problem with him
he's
too.
good, but
He's always hurt. He just can't. I don't know.
It's his back. Something's wrong with his back.
But I mean, the Lakers traded all their young talent. There was another guy. Oh, they had who's the good-looking guy?
I didn't play for him.
I know that everybody raves how good-looking the guy is.
Oh, they had Patrick Beverly on their team too.
No, he's not good-looking. He looks like Bobby Portis on crack.
Oh, Rick Fox.
No, Rick Fox.
He's a good-looking fella.
Megan Fox is good-looking.
No.
I don't know who you're. Kendrick Nunn.
No, he played there a couple years ago. He's not on the team now.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he's not on the team now.
Brandon Ingram.
No, we said
Oh, I can't think of him now, but everybody always. But anyways, they've given up a lot of talent to keep a few old.
Well, to bring Westbrook in.
Bring Westbrook in, to bring AD in, to bring. They got nowhere to put these guys.
It baffles me when they do stuff like that. I don't.
Not Kelly Olynyk. Oh no. Oh, it's somebody like that. Though.
Oubre?
Not Oubre. No. Oubre wasn't there, was he?
I don't think so. Kuzma's
I can't think of who it is. I'd have to look it up. I don't have time here.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I'm in the middle of a show.
Yeah. So Lakers are struggling. But let's talk about the Bucks, who, last night Drew Holiday had 32 points. When Drew Holiday, I think I texted that to you guys. When Drew Holiday is looking to score, the Bucks are hard to beat. Because sometimes it seems like he's afraid to shoot.
I agree.
Sometimes he just gets timid, and I'm not saying timid. It's almost like he wants to be a more facilitator. But I think when he's more aggressive with the ball in his hand, off the dribble, I think they're better. I think they're a better team. They're good. They're great with him, but I think they're really, really, really great when he's trying to score. And they're 5-0, and they're missing Middleton. And they're missing Connaughton. So this team's they might be playing the best they've played, including the championship season at this point. They're playing really well. And
which is crazy. They got guys coming back.
Navarro's had a good start to the season.
Yeah, and that's huge.
He hasn't looked horrible. His shooting's been solid, and his defense hasn't been as bad as it.
He's horrible defensely, isn't he?
Yeah, it's been a little better looking.
But
and Wes Matthews has been playing well too.
If he's shooting,
I think he had 20 last night.
Yeah, Matthews is a guy that if he's scoring, it's a bonus because his defense is there.
Great.
That's why he's there.
That's why he'll play 30 minutes a game.
That's one thing about Budenholzer I kind of lose sometimes. When then you'll get Compton back and Middleton, and then Noir will get lost in the shuffle. He won't play as much. And you know what? It's early to let him get minutes. Let him take 10, 12, 14, 15 minutes from Giannis, from Middleton. Let them
relax.
Yes, you have to. And if you lose, you lose 18 games or 21 games instead of 19 or 18 or 17. Who cares?
Well, and
who cares? In the scheme of things, you can be a 2-seed or a 3-seed and win championship, right?
Yeah, it's happened.
Yeah.
I mean, the Phillies are the 6th seed right now in baseball.
Yeah. Well, the Bucks were a 3-seed when they won the finals, right?
I think 3
or 2. They went to number 1
yes,
seed.
because they beat the Nets.
The 2 years before that, they were the number 1 seed and didn't win.
Yeah, they lost. They were up 2-0 on the Raptors and lost.
Yeah.
So
that's when Budenholzer benched Ilyasova.
No.
Oh no, Mirotic.
Mirotic.
We didn't see the end of him.
No, not Mirotic.
Yes,
it was the other shooter.
It was Mirotic.
Is that his name, Mirotic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because now he's in Spain.
Yeah.
After that season, he just never came back.
I hate to bring this up, but I know you got fantasy basketball. We're talking about basketball here. I ended up everybody talked me into drafting Luka Doncic.
He's okay.
I'm in a close battle right here on the Sunday night here, and he's only got me 23 fantasy points. So tonight, and I was like, what a bum.
It was only first quarter.
Yeah, second quarter. Yeah, he's at 32 and 3
in the second quarter.
In the second quarter, he's already got 30 points.
See, I was telling Shy about that. We were talking before the draft tonight, and I said I'm a stand-up guy because I didn't Kevin him. We were talking, and I said if I was in your spot, I understand him because you brought.
I almost brought Embiid,
and I said I know the center spot, but Dan, I said Doncic is hard to pass up at 3. I didn't Cooper Cup you like Kevin did me.
Yeah,
I was on. You know what?
No, that's the best.
Yeah, and I think you would have took him. I don't think but I wasn't about. Oh, I could have been like, I'd take Embiid for sure.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Doncic's never going to be.
He's going downhill.
He'll never be the face of the league. He doesn't even speak English.
Yeah. So yeah. So, like I said, it was.
No, and he's been the best player in basketball by far.
Yeah. I
This week, he's put me up. I mean, I just looked at this. He's averaging fantasy almost 40 points a game for the week.
Wow.
40 fantasy points. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
did you see my game?
You know, the top guys average like 30.
So I'm in a tight game with Shotty and Joe, and I feel bad for them. We're like around 190 each right now, and they had one guy not play this week.
Yeah.
They took a 0.
Oof.
And I feel bad because I'm that kind of guy. I mean, I'm happy. You know, one of us had to lose. One of us going to lose scoring 190 now.
Yo, I'm gonna
One of us could lose.
Luke just scored 185 on me, but I'm at 186. So I'm gonna with Lucas still putting the points in Christian Wood. So I'm gonna pull it.
Well, I'm down by a point now. So.
Well, I would just like to say too, you guys gave me shit when I drafted Jalen Brunson, but he's been averaging about 25 points for me.
That's early. He'll screw up.
He's averaged about 20 points a game too, which has been nice. So
That's early. He'll screw up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about basketball. I mean, I know a little fantasy because it's just numbers, it's math.
Yeah.
You know, and I got like a 21 on my ACT in math. You know.
yeah, not me.
Not even a 21.
I'm stupid. I'm sitting here right now. You think I got that high on my ACT?
Hey, you notice you don't see my pictures in the newspaper. Well, did one time, but that was for
That wasn't a photography. That wasn't a picture you took.
It was
a picture of you.
My hands were behind my back and handcuffed, but yeah, that was a different story.
Different story for another time.
So my name has been in the paper. And for Little League, I hit a home run in the championship game. So
that's how you started your memoir, right?
Yeah, it is. Remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, that's when you started. Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was only like 3 things. I was born.
Yeah.
I hit a home run in a Little League championship game. And
I shot an 8-point bug, and that's as far as I've gotten.
Yeah, that was it too. That was your memoir.
Oh yeah, I got to work on that again.
It was like picture book.
See Ed shoot.
See Ed hit. See Ed end.
That would be a great memoir.
That should actually be the last picture.
Yeah.
That's as far as we've gotten.
The next picture, if you keep looking up there, the next picture is going to be just my tombstone. Jesus. Like,
Tombstone's going to be like this.
Yeah. It's just a gut on my tombstone.
So we were talking about Philadelphia. The Buddha. The Phillies and Astros are tied at 1-1 right now as of the 30th of October. And
I would like to talk about the pitching from last game. A lot of analysts were thinking that Farmer Valdez was rubbing himself up during the game.
I don't care as long as he doesn't doctor the baseball.
I said that. Yeah. Well, he would rub his hand, and then he rub his inside of his glove, and then he'd go to the ball and rub it. So people were thinking that he was. They never checked. They never called for a check.
You got any video of it?
I can't find it anywhere, but it was on. I seen it on Snapchat and
I was gonna say
Instagram.
pull it up. Let me take a look at it because I've doctored the ball before.
so I think we told you about this. The interesting story for Monday night's game is Maldonado was using a bat that was gifted to him by Albert Pujols, and it was deemed illegal. He used it the whole game and actually got a hit in the game, I believe. It was deemed illegal because back in 2010 the league changed the bat rules. But when I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, so Pujols was using illegal bats his whole career, and they said it was grandfathered in for players that had bats before. So any player that played before 2010 could use their bats as long as that size and that weight.
Did anybody ever ask Barry Bonds if his bat was grandfather? Maybe he had an aluminum bat.
Yeah.
The Black Magic from back.
It was full of juice.
That's a touchdown.
Is that Diggs?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Good, because I got Diggs. So
who'd he beat? Did he beat? Oh, he beat.
And with that said, so nothing. So Pujols didn't do anything illegal. But we were talking today. Why didn't the league just say you can't use him anymore?
Yeah.
Nobody.
No Moss.
I don't think it would have changed Pujols, how he played. I don't think it would have changed anything he did. Why would you just have to worry about half the league's bats? And the question I have, does anybody even check these bats then? They check them after the game, not before the game?
Oh, yeah. You
think you have a trainer will go, or whoever your bat...
Well, doesn't the MLB have to go through? I thought they send people into the clubhouses and they check all this stuff.
I doubt they check any of that.
Because I know the balls are kept in a separate room and the balls are all temperature.
Balls are different because they're shared.
Yeah.
But I guarantee the bats are up to the other manager will point it out or something, where somebody goes, "That's an illegal bat."
Yeah,
because the catcher sees it after he hits.
And you think it's just weird. You think they would be number one. You think after this they may just go, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna say you have to use his bat size. It doesn't change. It doesn't matter anymore.
No.
Yeah. So how big was it?
I don't know. It's
yeah.
probably an ounce thing, and it's probably a length. It's probably not an ounce. It's probably a length thing.
Well, but Aaron Judge uses like a 37-inch bat.
Length?
No.
36?
No.
Something like that long.
No.
He uses
No,
a crazy.
No,
long.
that's the ounces they're probably talking
Yeah,
about.
I bet he's using a 35, maybe 36 or 37. If it's a big
inch
heavy bat.
Yeah, I'm talking about like length. He uses a
Like,
long bat.
No, it's 35 will be the long. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Let's
I'd be
look for it.
look it up real quick.
Yeah, the ounces are usually what is the weight because people are it's people if you
Well, because I know it's got to be drop 3.
swing a wood bat with a fat no
not with a
they're
wood
wood
bat.
bats. They're wood bats.
Wood
Oh,
bats
yeah,
are almost
duh.
1-to-1, almost.
Yeah. That's why they're so hard
yeah.
to hit. But people always you look at that a heavier bat is hard to get through, and those guys that can do that, good kudos to them. Because having quick hands enough to pull a bat
Yeah.
through a zone like that, woof.
Yeah, problem is if you get one of those bats too light, which you're going to probably be taking out of the handle, or they'll take a little bit off the cap at the top, but it weakens the bat. You know, if
It
you hit one
breaks
anywhere
easier.
near the top, it's
Breaks
going to
easier.
crack.
Yeah.
And same thing with the handle. I've seen some pretty thin handle bats where guys shave them. You know, they'll
Better feel.
What
Better.
do they call it? Hew them? Or
like kind of.
Well,
Yeah, I know
just
what
like a
you're
log.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Lou Gehrig used a 36-inch, 41.5 ounce bat.
Yeah, but that was a 2x4 he cut down.
Yeah,
Called it Wonder Boy.
He had no choice.
It wasn't Wonder Boy. It was Fat Boy. It was just
Bryce Harper, his bat, 36-inch, 47 ounce.
no, not 47 ounces. That's impossible.
Yeah, that's what it says on here. This is Bleacher Report. They did a report on.
Let me see that again.
It can't be.
Let me see that. Hold on. Very cyber 19 has been using a 47 round. Yeah, 47 in the practice cage.
Why is the hell?
That's what it says.
that's
Read
yeah,
the
why
whole
I don't know
thing.
why they're putting it in there like
Quit
that.
being
Then
CNN.
Dave
Because it makes your hands faster when you get your normal bag in hand. That's all it does.
Dave Parker used to swing.
well, so I
a
don't know why it's in this
sledgehammer.
because this is the 20th heaviest bats in MLB history.
No, just look up what Aaron Judge bat.
Yeah, I mean,
You got a computer in front of you.
Computers are hard to use.
I see that.
All right, this is of 5/3/22, 35-inch, 33-ounce bat.
there you go.
35, 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get a drop, I mean, I want to say
Well, let's look up
a
Albert
lot of
Pujols'
times you'll see
bat.
like a 33, 31, 33 and a half, 31. I mean, I wouldn't use some of these guys. There's no way they're using. I've seen a 30. Actually, down in my collection of bats, I have a 35-inch. It's got to be. It's at least 33 ounces. It's a big, heavy bat, and it was a weightlifter type guy that was used. It looked like Canseco, you know.
Yeah.
And I've never swung it like to hit a ball with it, but it's heavy as shit. I don't know how you could get it around.
Well, I mean, like I said, to get that thing through the zone is kind of crazy.
Yeah, Judge uses a 35, 33.
Oh my God,
AJ 99.
Albert Pujols, 30-inch, 25 ounces.
No,
Yeah, get his hands quick through.
no, he's not using a 30-inch bat. That's like a girl's softball bat.
30-inch.
No, he's still using at least a 33. I mean, a tiny bat. I have the smallest bat I have of any, and I had over 100 bats at one time, and it was still Jarvis Brown, and it was about a 32 and a half, probably 30, 32 and a half, maybe 29 and a half. And it's tiny
I think
compared
the
to some of
average
these.
size would be like around 34.
It's a 34's
Yeah,
average.
30, yeah.
Almost all bats are 34. I would be using like a 33 and a half because I couldn't get that bat speed.
Yeah. So,
Not like that.
so what were we talking about before that? The Bucks. So the Bucks are doing good, 5-0. Of course, I don't think they're. I'm gonna make a guess. They're not gonna go undefeated. The Bucks. So
You don't think they could do 75 and
maybe
6?
82-0.
But the,
That's hard. You're not going
What's the best
but like
season-
beat the Warriors record.
was it the Bulls or the Warriors?
Warriors broke the record by 2 games.
It's like what, like 7 losses or something?
Must be 74-8.
Yeah, 74 and 8. I believe
Okay.
that's
The
what they went.
Bulls were 72-10.
Okay.
Did they win? Did they win the finals that year? The
3-1 loss.
oh,
They
yeah,
came. That's when Cleveland came back.
They lost to Cleveland. Yeah. So
That was the cheating thing that I told you about.
Yeah, he's got it off of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
A lot of people were believing he was cheating.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna hide and I mean, were they thinking he was scuffing the ball, or do they think
They think he was putting stuff on it, but they didn't call for a check, and the umpires didn't check him, so
They're thinking he was putting like a lubricant on it.
something. Yeah, that's what they were thinking.
well, if he ain't cheating, he ain't trying.
Yeah.
right? Is that the
Well,
Well,
did you see what Nick Castellanos did after he made the diving catch in game 1? He went like this, showing no wire.
I see.
Nice.
Yeah, I've thrown pitches in a game, Dr. Ball.
Yeah.
I learned from a guy that was pretty good.
On the Twins?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, back then they were all.
But he got, I told that story when he got to AAA and he faced Frank Thomas. I think I've told that on here before. He was drunk the last time I was down in Florida with him, and he said he throws that first pitch. He's like, and goes, Frank Thomas just stuffs back, looks at him, shakes his head. Those guys are so much better than AA and A ball players. He knew it was cheating, you know. He just shook his head like, you son of a bitch. And he goes, man, he saw it right away. They don't put up with that shit at the higher levels.
He's like, okay, just tell me the fastballs, you know the fence, get it over with.
Yeah. He said, Big Frank.
Big Frank.
But yeah, that you could doctor the ball, and it essentially is like a knuckleball or a fork ball. So when the ball comes out of your hand, usually it spins backwards because you got friction on the top of the ball with your two fingers.
Yeah.
But when you throw it with like a spitball, your top two fingers are slick and your thumb is sticky. So it comes out tumbling forward. So you're throwing a ball like 88 miles an hour and it's tumbling forward.
So it's going to fall off the table.
It falls off it doesn't make it all the way there, and it wobbles as it's going down. So it's pretty obvious if you don't have a huge hand like like Jack Morris or one of those guys that could throw that fork ball.
It looks like Eddie Pinero's kid.
The Pistons starting 5 all had 20 plus points, except Jalen Ivey. He had 15
tonight.
Yep, they beat the Warriors.
Game.
Let's go through a few NFL scores from today. This morning over in London, the Broncos beat the Jaguars 21-17 on a last-minute touchdown by the Broncos. Wilson 232 and a touchdown. Latavius Murray 46 and a touchdown, and Greg Dulcich 4 catches, 87 yards as tight end. Trevor Lawrence 133 and a touchdown. ATN 156 and a touchdown, and Evan Ingram 4 catches, 55 yards and a touchdown. So the Broncos move 3-5, and the Jaguars go to 2-6. Anything about that game?
Yeah, ATN's starting to really come around.
Yeah, when they traded James Robinson, you kind of knew that they were.
Yeah,
that's their guy now. I think they would make sure his knee was going to hold up all
it's
year.
like 3 straight games where he's just tore it up.
And when you see him run, he runs fast to the hole, and he has a little bit of power behind. He's not a very big guy.
I mean, I drafted him high in one. I think in second round or probably third round. I think I went running back, wide receiver, running back, and got him coming back.
I got
in the first couple of games. I was like, ooh.
I got him like on 5th or 6th round of a league. That was a 10-man league though, but still got him.
I think I took Najee Harris first, which he's been garbage.
Yeah, that offense.
Then I took Devontae Adams, and he's been garbage.
Oh, he's been this week today. I had a bad day, but
last week I think he only had 1 catch or something.
No,
was that 2 weeks
he had
ago?
9 for 155, and the week before he had 100 yards too.
No, you're full.
No, he's had like 3 games before this week in a row that were good scoring games. Yeah. He had 2 start the year, he had a decent game. The second 2 he's in, and then last 3, and then this one was terrible today. 1 catch for 2 yards or something like that. Today was good.
That was today.
Yeah,
okay,
today was
maybe that's
terrible.
what I saw. Yeah.
He might have probably had 12 targets, but so Cardinals lose to the Vikings in Minnesota 34-26. Kyler Murray 326, 3 touchdowns. He also led the team in rushing at 36 yards. DeAndre Hopkins 12 catches, 159 and a touchdown. Kirk Cousins 232 and 2 touchdowns, also had a rushing touchdown, and Dalvin Cook had 20 carries for 111 yards and a touchdown. And Justin Jefferson 6 for 98. Vikings moved to 6-1 on the season, and good home win by the Vikings. They just keep winning. That's all they keep doing.
I mean, I don't see them blowing anybody out or anything. They're a good team.
Yeah, they got the receiver. They got the running. They can run the ball. Their defense is, I'd say, top 12.
And you can't lock up that receiver either because they still have Thielen and a couple other guys that
and
can do damage.
They have what's the other guy? KJ Osborne's a kind of quiet guy, makes plays once in a while. So they're not, and offensively, defensively, like I said, they're probably top 12, 15. They're not gonna, but they're gonna be good enough with that offense, I think. And right now the division, I mean,
it's weak.
It's gonna be.
What about Hopkins?
Hopkins,
it's like he never left. He picked up right where he left off.
Yeah, the Hopkins thing is crazy. I was afraid to draft him. I didn't draft him in no leagues. I was scared
Me neither.
of him. And he's 2 games in a row. He's had like 22 catches or 28 catches or something like that in 2 games now. Or not, I'm sorry. Yeah, like he had 10 catches last week, didn't he?
22 for 262 in 2 games.
Yeah, so, and he's
that'd be a good season if you average 11 catches, 131 yards a game.
You probably break a record.
Yeah, he'd probably be good.
I mean, and it's already made Kyler Murray. His last 2 games have been better.
Much better.
And it just shows you how you need that piece sometimes to make. And young quarterbacks, I think. Kyler Murray's still a young quarterback.
He needs that guy. He knows where he's going to be, and
and he can throw it to a spot, and he'll get it.
And Hopkins will go get it.
Yep, he's long body.
Because I watched a couple parts of games today. Receivers just dropped. Pittman dropped one wide open in a game.
Late in the game.
It could have got him a field goal to win that game.
TJ Lockett dropped one.
Yeah,
but he did redeem himself. They scored later, but he dropped one right in his touchdown off his helmet.
Unbelievable. I mean, I've seen
it was a good throw.
Yeah, these quarterbacks are actually making some great throws.
It wasn't a bad throw, so I don't know.
I hope I didn't pick the Packers in this game for. Oh my gosh.
Panthers Falcons. Falcons take the lead in the division. 4-4. And 37-34 winners over the Panthers. We already talked about what happened with DJ Moore and the missed extra point and field goal in overtime. So, but PJ Walker, 317 and a touchdown. Foreman, 118, 3 touchdowns. DJ Moore, 152 and a touchdown. Mariota had 3 touchdowns. Huntley had 91 yards rushing. And Pitts, 5 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. 2 games in a row. I think he's had pretty good.
Yeah, we were
games.
just talking about that.
Yeah, so he's had 2 games fantasy-wise. Good for the guy. People that draft maybe come along for you and start carrying your team to the playoffs. So, we'll see.
Not even DJ Moore. I mean, that guy.
Yeah, I've never been a DJ Moore guy, just in the situation he's in. But maybe PJ is the answer for DJ.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, PJ to DJ. Maybe I'll be a big thing. Raiders get shut out by the Saints at New Orleans, 24-0. Carr 101 passing. Jacobs 43 yards rushing. Mac Hollins, 7 catches for 64 yards. Dalton, 229 and 2 touchdowns. Kamara, 67 and a touchdown. Kamara, 9 catches, 96 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he was pretty much the whole offense today. 150 total offense, or total yards from scrimmage, and 3 touchdowns for Kamara. So the Saints go to 3-5. The Raiders drop to 2-5. Yeah, getting shutouts not a good thing. That's not good enough.
Now, did you see Josh McDaniel come out and apologized for the play of his team?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could probably put him on the bench.
He's on the hot seat. Yeah.
They fired 2 good coaches in the last year.
Well, John Gruden, they were forced to.
Well, I don't know why they didn't keep the guy from last year.
The guy that's a Packers coach now.
The special teams coach.
Yeah, he did a good job.
I mean,
he got him to the playoffs.
And I think the Gruden thing, they were forced. I know the owner, when he came out later, he was. You can tell by his answers to questions about it.
Yeah, he didn't want to fire him.
No.
Well, they were buddies.
He was forced to.
Him and Al Davis, they were close.
And I think Gruden. Gruden.
Well,
I think Gruden resigned.
Oh yeah.
So it was.
And he's going to get a huge settlement from the NFL.
Yeah.
Well, I think if that one guy, if Dan Schneider gets forced out, I think you might see Gruden make a comeback somewhere in a few years.
Because
it doesn't matter.
He still did what he did.
He still said,
I think in a few years,
it wasn't a lie what he did.
I know, but
remember that. I mean, it was what he said, but it was private. I mean, it's between 2. It was between 2 guys, and not right or wrong what he said. That shouldn't have been brought out. It's just everybody in the world has done something like that. One-on-one and said something like that to somebody.
But in sports world, it seems that guys that they want to get out, they find this stuff like the who's the coach or the owner of the Clippers.
Yeah,
I can't remember that guy's name.
He was Stearns.
No,
Donald Sterling.
Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. A private conversation, illegally taped. They release it, and he's got to sell his team for $1 billion, you know, and go sit in his little shack.
Oh, I forgot to.
But Gruden had the same thing. It's like, oh, you know what you said 12 years ago in a private conversation when you weren't in the NFL.
Yeah, that's when he was working for ESPN, right?
I don't know. He might have been. I know
that's when he was doing the Gruden buzz.
It was to the Washington. It was not to Washington. It was It was to a Washington. That's how I got it. It was to a red. Well,
was it to his brother?
I can't remember. No, because his brother. No, it was somebody. But I know it was someone involved with the Redskins at the time. Well, command or whatever they are. Because that's why they saw the email. They would never saw it if it was sent to a guy from the Raiders because it was an investigation. But it's still comical that not anything's been brought up at all about any people from that. Well, I guess we found out Dan Schneider shouldn't be in the building, but he still goes. He just does what he wants.
It's like Epstein Island.
Yeah, he just does.
It's almost identical.
He just does what he wants. So
the actual people that are committing the problems just keep creating more problems, getting everybody around them, dragging them down.
Yeah.
And then they make threats. And then they end up hung in a jail cell somehow.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's a lot of bullshit.
Packers score if it stands.
I don't think it does. I think wobbled it a little bit.
No, it's a good touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
Yep,
all the
got his
way.
elbow down. So yeah, I don't know.
That's a great catch.
It's crazy. It's yeah.
Well, I would like to bring up real quick. Did you see who made his way back onto Twitter? Donald Trump.
Mm.
He got back on with Elon Musk being the owner now. They
So's Ye. Yeezy.
Oh yeah, Kanye's back on.
Yeah.
yeah, because
They're not going to start allowing people on until they said they have to have a council set up. I don't know how Twitter's going to go because all your celebrities now are going to protest it. But the problem is they don't have an outlet. It's not like they could go on Getter or Rumble because everybody would just destroy them on there.
The only way they can protest is just get off it. You can
Yeah.
just cancel your account. It is what it is.
Well,
They're
NBA
not
players do
going
that.
to, though.
No.
Joe Burrow did that. Joe Burrow hasn't been on any social media since the
Yeah,
season started.
that's-
Yeah, but
because
some players did because they're smart.
oh, yeah, that's the thing. That's what it is.
But we're not talking.
I know,
These
but what
people
you're saying
live
is you can
for
just
this.
cancel it if you don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Just get. You don't have to have it. That's what I'm saying. You don't have
Right.
to have it.
But
That's what.
Ed's
but when
point,
you're-
Ed's point is that
When your job depends on Twitter,
we're not talking about Joe Burrows here. We're talking about actors and actresses
who have to keep their name
and Jimmy
in the-
Kimmel and all them that want to go out there and say what they want to say. They got to keep it to sell things. It's not even to.
that's
not
where they
even
make their
say
money.
not even talk politics. Just to sell things.
Yeah, they
That's
got to
how-
keep their name
I
in
gotta
the
look at my new
headlines.
album or look at my new movie or that's the new way to sell stuff. I mean, it is. It's free advertising.
And now they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because now some guy, I don't know Musk, but he's semi-conservative views.
Yeah.
They're all up in arms about it, but it's going to be tough because they can't just drop it and they'd have to make another platform, which takes years. And it's kind of funny. I mean, good for them. Hopefully all those celebrities sit there and choke. I could care less. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch here in the next few months here, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
Popular culture.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah. See what happens with that, with Twitter and all that stuff.
I mean, we've got an election in a week. Stuff could change pretty drastically.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's going to happen. You're going to see celebrities, and guys like in LeBron. I don't consider he's a celebrity.
Yeah. I mean,
He's above and beyond a basketball player. He makes more money being a celebrity than he
He's a
does
billionaire.
basketball.
yeah.
And he's a businessman.
Jeff just sent a message. Good evening, fellas. Just got back from trick or treating, and I can't believe people didn't give me any candy.
Boy, I thought he went as Lurch.
Well, he went as himself.
Oh, that's even worse. No wonder why they were scared.
He was like the kid from Mask. He was-
Oh, look at this TV.
I love it.
Oh no, clowns! Just showing scary clowns on these. Come on, that's a scary pig. Why are pigs always associated with Halloween? Like crazy pigs.
Oh, that was wasn't it like
Oh, that's creepy.
was that Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something?
It might have been. I'm in.
I think that was the beginning of it. Saw.
I
think it was the beginning
of
no,
Saw.
no, Saw was the little guy with the.
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah.
You ever
yeah.
seen the one Motel Hell where he buries all the people?
Oh no.
Oh, so the Farmer Vincent's this crazy guy, which kind of reminds me of the pig thing.
Yeah.
So he's like on some highway, like out in the boonies, and he sets up traps, knocks guys off of motorcycles, beats them up, and he takes them out and he buries them alive to tenderize them, and he makes Farmer Vincent sausage.
Nice.
I've got some for the show.
Oh, good. I can't wait. Jeff wrote back that he went as Willie. So I'm going to ask next question. Well, how'd you find your way home then? That's too easy. Too easy.
Not like trick or treating for vodka.
Yeah.
Adult trick or treating.
Paper. He's got a plastic bag full of vodka. He double bagged it just in case it wouldn't drip through the shopping bag, the store bag.
And then his Yeti and his Yeti, he has straight vodka in the Yeti.
Glad
Oh,
to see
yeah.
you're back, Willie. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. Jesus.
Never been healthier.
So next game, Patriots 22-17 over the Jets. Bill Belichick becomes the winningest coach in NFL history, correct, in that game?
Yeah, we knew he wasn't going to beat the Bears.
Man, no, see, couldn't beat him.
The hairless curse.
Yeah. No big numbers in that. Oh, Zach Wilson, 335, 2 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 6 catches for 115. So the Jets move to 5-3, and the Patriots go to 4-4, tighten that division up for possibly one of those making a wild card run. Possible. Then I don't think they're going to win the division, but possible wild card run unless something happens. Josh Allen, not going to win for the poor guy. He gets injured, but overall, I don't think the Bills are going to be caught in that division. Miami, maybe, I guess. I don't know. You never know. They beat them. Oh, didn't they beat them once this year already? Miami beat the Bills. Okay, so yeah. Speaking of the Bills or Dolphins go to Detroit and they're 27 to.
Yeah, you think. What was the score of that game, Scott?
The score of that game was Dolphins 31, Lions 27.
Oh. There we go.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So in that game, the Lions were leading 27-17 at halftime and scored 0 in the second half.
Is that Dolphin okay? Still going.
He's having a stroke too.
Tua had 382 and 2 touchdowns. Oh, 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 12 catches, 188. Goff, 321 and a touchdown. There's your guy, Jamal Williams, scoring 2 touchdowns today.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I called that.
Swift ran for I think it was 7 yards only today. He did get a touchdown receiving. He had a bunch of receiving yards.
And Hawkinson 3 for 80. Your other favorite Lion.
Yeah, I've got a lot of Lions. I mean, they just haven't put it all together.
If they're offensive Lions, they're going to be behind pass catching Lions. You're going to have them always a chance to win or a chance to get points because they're going to be behind in times. I'm guessing. I don't know. But the Lions. I mean, they're just they have to learn how to win now.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of in the situation. Who was there last year? We kept talking about that would just barely lose.
The Chargers.
Yeah, they haven't learned how to win yet either.
No, but the Lions 1-6. I mean, they could honestly be 4-2. I think. I mean, the Eagles they were right with. Maybe 3-3, maybe 3-4, but still a couple more wins.
Yeah.
They should have a couple more wins. Let's put it that way. So
I
don't
gonna
know.
be a good game when in a couple of weeks we go see them with the Bears.
Yeah.
So those teams are fairly evenly matched, you know.
Yep.
Cool announcement today at halftime. Lions announced at halftime that Pro Football Hall of Fame running back Barry Sanders will become the first player in their franchise history to be immortalized with a statue at Ford Field.
Oh,
And they're going to ask for it to be traded to Miami.
and
He's
you
like,
know,
yeah, can you send that down to Hard Rock for me?
and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna grease that thing up so when somebody goes, "Oh, look at me! I'm gonna tackle Barry," say, "Whoops!" He's gonna slide right off. Can't even tackle the statue.
Oh, what the heck? That dude shoved a coach on the sidelines. Nice. That was smart. That's a 15-yard penalty.
That's the rookie, isn't it?
Yeah, Quay Walker.
Quay Walker. That's that Georgia team. They breed mean guys.
The Eagles 35-13 moved to 7-0 as we talked about. Over the Steelers. Steelers dropped to 2-6. I believe we say this every week, but I'm going to make not an overreaction Sunday. It's going to be it's not an overreaction. Mike Tomlin will not be a 500 coach this year.
No, don't say that.
I don't think it's happening. Pickett 191, no touchdowns. Hurts 285, 4 touchdowns. Sanders 78 yards and a touchdown. And A.J. Brown 6 catches, 156 and 3 touchdowns in the effort.
In the first half.
Yes, big game for A.J. And they moved to 7-0 and control that division. And right now, the number 1 seed, we start talking about seeds now, number 1 seed in the NFC at this point.
Number 1 seed in the NFL.
Well, this is halfway point, isn't it?
Just about.
After next week, after next Wednesday, it's the halfway point. 8.5 weeks is the halfway point because they play 17 weeks, right? So next week's show, we can't even say it's halfway point yet, but it's close. Good call.
I can say whatever I want.
You
We're
got
not
the mic
censored.
Yeah. He told me he was picking me up, but I'm still waiting. Jeff said about Willie.
Oh yeah. Well, Willie's gonna be late. He's in Door County.
Oh, that'll happen. At least he wasn't there with you and then left. At least he just didn't come get you. Oh, he got kicked out.
Oh, they ejected him?
I didn't see what happened.
Well, he
but
pushed a coach or someone else on wasn't
you
dressed.
should be kicked out if you push a coach.
We know what the guy said to him. I mean, the aesthetics look bad, I guess. Yeah, I guess he got kicked out. Now he's going to lose a job to some guy that's better because he's been struggling this year a little bit. So some guys are going to field, make a bunch of plays. Oh, you lost your job. Titans lose the Texans, or beat the Texans 17-10. And kind of what I saw of it, what I could see of it, was kind of a boring game. Although Derrick Henry, 219 and 2 touchdowns. Oh, here's your replay. So you can see what happened here. Quay Walker goes in. That's the guy right there. Kind of helps him up.
Are you serious?
Oh, he was just helping him up.
God.
Okay, yeah, he deserves to go. That guy just helped him up.
And
he?
Sean McDermott was getting him out of there,
good
too.
for Matt LaFleur. Good for him. Get in his face, tell him that was stupid. Because that guy did nothing. Yeah, he was helping.
And then
I thought the guy might have kicked him or something. We didn't see it.
And then Aaron Rodgers walked by and went like this.
Aaron Rodgers gave him look like a sister or a brother to a brother. Like, you're in trouble. I'm not in trouble. You are.
Aaron Rodgers is like, I yell at the coach, but he yells at you. That's how this really works.
Here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers might only have a few games left with Matt LaFleur. Quay Walker's got 5 years of games
if
with
they
him.
keep him.
Yeah.
At this
Or
point,
0.
Or 0. Ooh,
I ain't going anywhere the first round.
So
pick.
this week, we'll do our beer of the week later.
Oh yeah,
I'll do it. Let's do it now.
yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it now. We'll do it now. Am I doing it?
I'll do it.
We can all do it.
I'm doing it. No. Yeah, me and Edo, you don't even drink it. If you drink it, you can do it.
No, I'm okay. I'm underage.
Fuck on the intro. It's the best part of the whole beer. So the whole beer time's the best part.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you drink. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
So beer is good. This beer comes from it used to come from the Rocky Mountains.
Yes.
The Denver. Now it comes from
Golden, Colorado.
Yeah, now it comes to the hard streets of Milwaukee. The rocky streets of Milwaukee. It's made by Miller Coors now, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? And it is the fine beer, and it's good for you because it's only 90 some calories, I believe.
Well, it's glacier
I think it's
water.
90.
Yeah, it's glacier, and when the bottle gets cold, it turns blue, so you know your beer's cold.
Yeah.
It is it's like a unicorn on this show.
Yes.
It is a domestic, and it's a Coors Light. Oh my God!
Where'd you say it was from? Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been there before. I think I've been to that brewery.
You toured it?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I drove by it.
I've toured it.
Yeah,
you drank the beer in there, and they gave you they don't give you nuts there. They give you nuts at
These nuts?
Line and Kugel does.
The Budweiser tour does. The Budweiser tour gives you a bag of nuts and as much beer as you can drink. They only gave you one beer at this place, at Miller Coors.
Huh.
Well, I would just like to say, nothing more American. There's only one thing more American than that beer. A guy standing in your living room, naked with a hammer in his hand.
That's only in America.
So yeah, that's anything else to add about the beautiful beer?
Yeah,
from
I mean,
Golden
it comes
Colorado
from Milwaukee.
via Milwaukee.
Yeah, I taste a little tinge of lead from the drive-bys, and I mean, I don't know. It could be just me. I started drinking early today, so.
But we've been told the election coming up. There's a plan.
There is a plan.
Now they have a plan. They're going to start saving people after the election, not before, because we only can do that stuff when we try to win something.
Isn't it great? I mean, we laugh about this all the time.
And they all do it. I'm not just saying poke at anybody either side. They all do it.
Well, it's a poke at all of them.
Yeah, they all go, we have a plan now to solve all the problems.
Tony Evers ran on fixing the roads the last time, if you remember this. And then his commercial last night, it was, we need to fix the roads. It's like, what the hell were you doing for 6 years?
That is, when you said that, I said it a while ago, but it is just like an episode of The Office when they are looking for a new manager. This one guy comes, I cannot remember the guy's name. He's an actor. He's been in many other shows. He was the host of that Lego TV show that was on.
Oh, yeah. He's Batman, voice of Lego
yeah,
Batman.
Yes. Not Hader.
He was married to...
Is it Hader?
He was married to, what's her name? Amy Poehler. For a minute. Yeah, he's funny. He's pretty funny.
Okay, but...
We said his name the other night. You can't remember now? Okay, go ahead. Tell your story that's not connecting at
no,
all.
No, it's connected because they're like, the guy comes in there and says, I have a plan. And they're like, well, what's your plan? I can't tell you the plan. You have to vote for me as manager. Well, we're not going to vote for you unless we know your plan. All right, fine. I'll give you part 2, but part 3 of part 2, part A. And it's like color coordination. That's all he tells them. And they don't hire him, but it's the same thing in this sense.
Is the same
You
thing.
have to watch this play here. The Frozen in Time play here. I thought this guy was going to be stopped for a no gain. This is crazy. Isaiah McKenzie goes on an end around type sweep, gets the edge here, and just does a few jar steps and goes in the end zone for a touchdown.
And he just starts right back up and goes.
I thought the guy had to quiet. Oh, he's done. He's gonna not get anything. He's done. Yep, that's all. He set him up. He kicks in overdrive. Yeah, those guys are fast.
That's those little guys, and they were. You remember for years the little guy was gone in the NFL. Now they're making a big.
Remember
comeback.
Darren Sproles? There's a lot of $1 million supposed to play football now. He was like, "Oh my God, how can he do anything?" Now it's like each team has one.
He's gonna get murdered out there. Yeah. Now they're
So yeah, Titans. We talked about this. Giants, Seahawks today. Seahawks, big win. Geno Smith, Ed's guy, 27-13. Pete Carroll. Question for you, and this is something I thought of today. Okay, here's and you're gonna probably laugh at first.
I laugh.
Let's think about this. And I know we just talked about this guy being the all-time winning coach, but Pete Carroll or Bill Belichick? Think about that. I mean, I know people don't like Pete Carroll around here because of Seattle, the games that they've had with the Packers, and he's always chewing gum. And he's always has a little cocky edge to him, and I kind of see that.
He does.
And I'm not a big fan of his either. But Bill Belichick's kind of, at least Bill Carroll looks like he's having fun doing it. But I'm not that's how I'm picking it. I'm just saying.
Belichick's got that whole attitude where, when he's probably away from the game, he's like, running around like a maniac, but I don't know.
It's kind of a weird question because you think about it, he loses a future Hall of Fame quarterback. His defense is not what it was 5 years ago. And I'm prefacing this by saying this isn't a Super Bowl team. I don't think this isn't. But
I would hope not.
But like you said before, everybody, not just the Benchwarmers, screwed this up. We all put them it was more like, who's going to win the division? Well, we're going to all say the Seahawks aren't going to win the division. We know that for sure.
Too. I mentioned that.
Yeah, we all did it. So you were right. And everybody in the country probably did that, except for Seahawk fans. And now they have a chance to win the division, which I don't think they're going to. But, hey, you never know. They could. But look what he's done with this team. I mean, and they had a comment today. I heard someone saying that, was Russell Wilson becoming almost more like a guy that was getting too much say in the room, maybe?
Yeah, and we're having the same problem here in Green Bay.
Green Bay, I'll give Aaron Rodgers a little leeway because remember, Matt LaFleur came to his team.
Yeah,
I still think Matt LaFleur should have the control, but Pete Carroll kind of made Russell Wilson. Remember, wasn't Pete Carroll the guy that picked him over Matt Flynn?
Yeah, they drafted Matt Flynn. They signed him as a free agent, and then
paid him a ton of money, and that same year drafted and took the guy that made tons of money and put him as backup.
Yeah,
so that was Pete Carroll. Took a chance to lose his job.
Balls.
He could have lost his job after that.
And he's lost jobs before.
Yeah. So he took a huge, and that's why. But now we thought, no way. Geno Smith looks like the second coming of Joe Montana at this point. Really, he sits in the pocket. He throws a nice ball. He's got a little bit of mobility to him. And is it because Geno Smith is sitting with Pete Carroll and they're all working together, not against each other?
Right. He's a team player.
Yeah.
And Geno's had to be a team player because he's been the backup too.
And it's kind of
was he Tom Brady's backup for a little bit?
No, Geno was the starter for a minute in the Jets. Then he backed up when they brought someone in. He backed him up, but he
backed up Russell Wilson. He backed up somebody else too.
Yeah, I can't remember Geno's. It wasn't in New England. They always had. I don't know. But yeah, so it's not an unfair question. Pete Carroll or Bill Belichick. It's not really unfair. They've both, I mean, obviously Bill Belichick has accomplished way more in winning as a coach. But, I mean, Seattle's, been to 2 Super Bowls with Carroll. Probably should have won both of them, you'd say, right?
Yeah, the whole...
that was just and they lost to Belichick in that game. Lost to Belichick in the game. So, I don't know. It's just a question that came to my head today. I'm like, man, it's kind of crazy. I would never thought
he's back up to Eli.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was with the... Phil Rivers. He was a backup to Phil Rivers, too.
In San Diego?
San Diego.
Oh, wow.
San Diego.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So, yeah, so he started with the Jets, those 4 years or whatever in his contract. Moved down to the Giants for behind Eli, then behind Phil Rivers, then behind Russell Wilson. So he's learned. I mean, he's been around for, that's what, 8. This is 9th year.
Wow.
I just think Pete Carroll's a good head coach at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I kind of brought it up. That's why I brought it up. Oh, intercepted. I hit the ground. No, I hit the ground. There's no way that's an interception. It looked like a bounce. I could tell from here. And they can't see it.
We're a long ways away.
Yeah, I could be way off, but it looked like a bounce to me. And look at him. He even thinks it bounced. You can tell by
He's looking up at the screen. I wonder if they can see it.
You can tell. Yeah, they're gonna look quick. Offense. See. Someone call it incomplete. Yep. So.
Yep.
Oh.
No, that hit the ground. It bounced to his chest.
Yeah. No, his hands were underneath it though.
No, yeah, that's
barely
ground.
hit. Well, if it wouldn't have come loose,
it's gonna get reviewed probably now. Either way, I think they called it.
Right.
Oh no, it's
See,
ground.
it
hit the ground. So
if it wouldn't have bounced back up, it would have looked like
it would have
caught it.
If it would have landed into his hands while hitting the ground, then it might have been a little more.
Yeah. That's So yeah. So yeah. I don't know. I obviously gonna say Bill Belichick. I would. Too,
Yeah, I mean,
Pete Carroll. I mean, he could be up there.
I like how we had a conversation about it. There's actually, a little bit of a conversation. About
Yeah, it was almost when I said to myself, when I was thinking about it today, I was in the car, I was driving, and I'm like, man, that's not a dumb question. It really isn't a dumb question. It's almost like a question you go, okay, I'm not going to answer Pete Carroll, but I'm going to go, well, maybe one. I mean, Carroll never passed, but it's like, okay, would you, if you got Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick, would you be upset? That's another way to put it. Like you could have had either one. Would you? And they both remember they both struggled at their first jobs. Remember, Pete Carroll was in the Jets, and Browns were Bill Belichick, so they both struggled at their first jobs in the NFL.
Yeah.
And Pete Carroll went to college for a few years, USC, cheated a little bit, won some titles, came out, and now Reggie Bush don't have Heisman, but now they can get paid, so now it's okay to get paid. Reggie Bush don't have a Heisman, but
Well, it still would have been illegal because I think it was his family moving in the houses.
yeah, but you're getting the money now. The player gets money, can do what he wants with it. If I'm a booster and say, Adam, give you $300,000, you can build a house for your parents.
I was at a party with boosters last night. Nobody offered $300,000 to me.
What do you bring that table as an athlete at this point in your life?
I still have a year of eligibility left.
You saw the uniform, nice. So a couple of other games on there. Commanders, Colts. Commanders come down last minute with 22 seconds left. Heineke, quarterback sneak, 17-16. Heineke, 279, 1 touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 76 yards rushing, still struggling. And McLaurin, 6 catches, 113. But a quiet game offensively, obviously 17-16. Pretty big defensive battle. And the Redskins are starting to play really good defense right now. I think they're going to cause problems for teams down the stretch defensively.
Is
I don't think
is Chase back or
no? Not yet. He was not something. But when he gets back, I mean, he's supposed to come back this year. So if he gets back, they're going to be even better. They got a good front four.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough. 49ers big win in LA.
I did not pick that game that way.
I did 31-14. I took the 49ers. I just think Christian McCaffrey, and they had no Debo today. Think of that, no
I
Debo.
know. Well, McCaffrey
did
enough for both of them.
McCaffrey, okay. If you had to take one, McCaffrey or Debo?
McCaffrey.
It's hard to say.
Because McCaffrey gets in the backfield. Who would you take? Because they both have injury. They both had injury issues. They both don't stay healthy.
And McCaffrey all the way.
McCaffrey, he's got the arm.
So it's a question. He threw a touchdown, caught a touchdown, and ran for a touchdown today. Jace can't answer.
His rushing's way better.
Who was in that offense? Yeah, you're right. Who was the last player to do that in the NFL? Pass in the same game. Pass, run, and a catch.
Well, I'd say Taysom Hill.
Who good
That's
one.
a really good guess.
That's a great one.
That's actually shocking that it isn't him. That's actually shocking.
Wow, that's a good one.
I thought he did earlier this year.
No, he
probably only ran and threw one. He probably didn't catch one.
Yeah.
Or he didn't run one, maybe. Yeah, you're right. That's a good one. He could do it this year. He could match that this year. You're right.
I'm trying to think who catches and runs one in.
It's old.
No, it's nah.
Well,
he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He is a Hall of Famer.
Oh.
It's not recent, I'll say that.
And he played
early 2000s.
The team he played for has a new stadium at this point. But it's not that old. They just moved to a new stadium last couple of years.
Eric Dickerson.
Ooh. No.
I don't know.
LT. Well, Dame Tomlinson.
That was the other one.
Yeah.
I'm looking up at the chart.
Yeah.
I like looking at the chart. You can't see it on the screen, but I've got a chart with all the teams, most of them.
And a few they didn't name all the guys, but I mentioned Peyton did it before too. Walter Payton has done it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he has?
Yeah, Walter Payton at one point had.
Was he like a utility?
No.
Was he of that version?
He was actually one of the original guys. He would have been a great fantasy player because he caught a lot. People don't really realize how many balls he caught out of the backfield.
Right.
He caught a ton, and then
when your quarterback's Vince Evans,
because like Barry Sanders and they didn't catch a lot of ball. He was a pass catching guy. Because then Neil Anderson came after him. He was the same guy. Neil Anderson was like a poor man's Peyton. He wasn't a Walter Payton, but a lot of catches.
And they didn't stress that back then. These guys catching the ball like now. I mean, really, when we were younger, Tomlinson was the first guy I really remember.
You're right, Tomlinson, because there was
a couple.
And then Marshall Falk came right after
Marshall
him.
Falk was a monster.
Even Adrian James caught balls.
Yeah.
You know, but the only reason you noticed that
fantasy.
Yes, exactly. You would have never noticed that he's a pass catcher. Well, yeah, he is, because when you go draft, it's like, well, I'm going to take that guy. He gets like 100 targets a year, 80 targets.
Even when we started, we didn't have PPR.
No, so it was like
for like the first few years.
Looking for a guy that ran for. Well, and back then though, you had a guy that got 30 carries a game.
Yeah,
or 25. 20 teams or 25 teams did that. Now, maybe 12 teams do that if you're lucky, and it's not one guy. They rotate all 30 carries between 4 guys.
I think fantasy went off the rails and started getting big when we had the Kurt Warner and Marshall Falk and all that.
Greatest show on turf.
Dude, they were putting up some numbers, and it was just...
And you fought about getting Marshall Falk was the number 1 pick for 5 years always 1 year too long, but
Yeah.
every player is always the number one pick or top first round pick.
Mhm.
1 year too long.
Oh yeah.
It always happens.
Yeah.
It has to be. You know, it has to. That's how. You know, it's always every so many years everybody picks that guy. Okay, but if you draft well, you can survive.
Yeah.
You survive. That's about because that's why you can't just be a first. You can't be a note card Dave.
How would you like
come
to
a
Yeah,
draft.
how would you like to be a guy that drafted Jonathan Taylor and traded for Cup? Or traded all your picks for Jonathan Taylor and then had Cup as your other pick.
Yeah.
And now they both Taylor just came back, but Cup might be out now.
Taylor still look good today. I mean, it's not. Oh, he fired that thing a long way.
Where's the defense?
That they were behind the
42 seconds left in the second quarter. You're going to let him get behind you. Well, yeah, let him dink and dunk you.
It's
Try to get a field
it's
goal.
the Packers.
That was bad.
Kevin King out there?
Well, they got no timeouts either.
Well, they're
gonna clock it.
No, they're not. You can't now.
He ain't gonna
You
clock
can't
this.
clock it with a shotgun. It's called grounding. Found that out because the Bears did it once.
Oh,
That's
that
a
was
hold.
They ain't call it. Oh, and they're mad on the
Yeah, they're not
sideline.
call
Just
it.
get out of bounds. Good play, Jay Allen.
Yeah, he should have threw it away. Actually, he lost 3
Yeah.
yards. That's a hold. Anyway, so yeah, Commanders 17-16 and the Niners 31-14 big winners. Garoppolo had a great game today. Actually looked good. Stafford looked better. Cup 8 for 79, but as Ed mentioned, he was injured late in the game with a minute left when nothing was happening.
Stupid.
Okay, so I would just like to say it.
Ayuk 6 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown. And McCaffrey had 94 yards rushing. I think he had 150 total offense. 3 touchdowns, like we said, 1 passing, 1 receiving, and 1 running.
Yeah.
Rushing.
So if the 49ers make another deep playoff run or even make it back to the Super Bowl this year or win it, who knows? Do you start Trey Lance next year?
You can't. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, and the guy hit him because he didn't want to get a penalty.
Well, I
and
think
then
he thought
bounced
I
right
think
up.
he thought he threw because he pump faked.
There's a flag.
That's going to be on the Bills, I think.
You feel bad for the defensive end coming in there because he doesn't want to hit him because
He's scared of getting a
Yeah,
15-yard penalty and a first down for the other
just
team.
kind
Yeah.
of pushed Allen, and Allen just bounced off of him and then throws it 40 yards again.
Outside. I think
Oh,
he,
my
I
God.
think he thought he threw it.
Yeah, I
He threw it, and he's like, okay, he threw it, so I was bumping him.
I wish they would show this again because it was, unless he was the guy that was offside.
Oh, maybe he just said it.
That was close. Is that Davis?
That'd be unfair. He was close. That's a good play, though, man. I'm smart.
Yeah, push him out of bounds.
Yeah. One other game. I'm sorry. What were we talking about? What
Did you hear what I said?
We just did this.
So
Niners.
Niners. Yeah,
49ers, they make a deep playoff run again, make it to the Super Bowl, or even win the Super Bowl. Who knows? Does Jimmy Garoppolo keep that job next year?
He has to.
Well,
You spend that.
if
You spend those
if
picks for
you
Trey
go as deep
Lance.
as win the Super Bowl,
You have to trade one of them. Then.
I don't know. I think you
Jimmy,
go-
that's
That's
proven.
the thing. Here's the thing. I look at it this way, and obviously your goal is to win every year. But I look at it this way: if they win the Super Bowl this year, okay, let's just say because they do have
It
the
could
deep-
happen,
They have
yes.
the right people around to do
Mhm.
it, but I don't know if they can.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, and they
to be
got
honest,
CMC,
To be honest,
so
they were one play away last year from getting the championship in that playoff. They were one play. On
Yeah, well,
the guy
and
dropped the interception.
they were one
in
play.
the, in the AMC championship.
They
game, so,
they were one bad defensive coverage away from winning the Super Bowl when they were in it.
Yeah.
So-
well, bad call too.
Yes,
But
but
so let's just say you say that my looking from upstairs, winning back to back is going to be hard in the NFL,
Mhm.
especially now. So if you're going to go, if Trey Lance is your guy and he's healthy, I think you start Trey Lance win the Super Bowl.
okay.
You still got 2 more years. Or how many more years? This is his second year.
Yeah. So if he's
got
healthy,
3
too, 'cause this
more.
is a pretty bad injury. It wasn't like it was a simple.
It was a
injury.
broken. It was Dak
It's
Prescott's.
tore and everything,
Yeah.
but he'll be back. But Dak Prescott took some time too.
So, yeah, you got to trade Garoppolo, though. You can't just keep him on your bench.
No, and I think you eventually got to just get, and if he wins the Super Bowl for you,
You got to get rid of him.
then you owe him
Yeah, I agree.
to give him a chance to start somewhere else.
Yep.
And I think there's
The
a lot.
Rams, their quarterback sucks.
Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of teams out there that are built to win right now. Maybe. I mean, maybe whatever he says. If Rodgers retires, which people think he might, if the season keeps going this
I
way,
do.
do the Packers just trade for him? Because I mean, maybe he will be a LaFleur type of guy.
He would be a better fit for the Packers than Rodgers is right now. Honestly,
For the young and
Yeah.
just we wants to be because they are. He
they can run the team. He's good at just managing
Yeah.
a team. He's not going to sit there and bitch
He
about
can
it.
make a play for you, maybe make 3 or 4 plays a game for you that you need. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think they go, but I don't think they're going to Super Bowl. I mean, they could. You know, I
There's
have
not
man,
much they're up against.
you know, I have
in
a
that.
man crush on Kyle Shanahan. So he's one of my favorite coaches. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So your answer, your Jace, that's my answer. If they win it, I go with Trey Lance. If they lose, then I don't know what. Then you want to go with Trey Lance anyway. I think either way you go with Trey Lance because you don't win it, you go with him anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
so I think it's Trey Lance no matter what. That's my opinion.
I concur.
What do you think? You think that's the same thing, Ed?
Yeah.
Either way, they're going to move on. But I think they owe him.
I like the question though. It's a good question.
I think
again.
for he's done this year, no matter what. I mean, if they get to the playoffs this year and they get in there, and even if they don't win a game or whatever, what Garoppolo did for them, took a pay cut, stayed there, was going to be the backup, came in, was a professional, and now he's winning games with that team. You know, I think he deserves at least, you know, to go, yeah, you got to trade me now. I'm not staying here. Someone will take me, and I'll pay cut again if I have to. I'll do what I have to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And San Fran should pay some of the salary to get rid of him. So, Ravens, Buccaneers last Thursday night, 27-22. The Buccaneers fall to 3-5. Brady 325 and a touchdown. Fournette 24 yards and a touchdown. Evans 6 for 123. Lamar Jackson 238 for 2 touchdowns. Gus Edwards 65 yards rushing, was injured in that game. And Isaiah Likely 6 catches, 70 yards and a touchdown. He's your waiver wire pickup of the week if Mark Andrews is out because they target him a ton just as much as Mark Andrews. So that's my fantasy tidbit for the week if Mark Andrews is injured. Tom Brady, on a side note, is getting divorced for sure. You know, we don't announce things on the show until we know for sure. But he said it on his Instagram, and yep, they actually filed for divorce and they're done. So
yeah,
hey, it's things
he can do better.
Yeah. And I just want to put on the show.
She barely speaks English. She's not the face of America. I just like saying that all the time.
And the
Stephen
field goal is good. I totally thought he missed that.
So the Bears travel to Dallas.
Wait.
And
No.
What do you got now?
If anybody didn't see it, last week when that all came out, Antonio Brown made shirts that have a picture of him and Giselle hugging on it that say "Boomin'," and all the proceeds from the shirts are going to fatherless children charities.
So all of Antonio's kids. Nah, I don't know. Antonio Brown. He's a nut.
He's off the rails, man.
Yeah.
Well, people thought Brandon Marshall was all messed up in the head.
No,
oh, not as close as Antonio Brown.
It's different.
Antonio Brown's a special crazy.
Yeah,
he is. He's neat.
Even Kanye's like that. This guy is nuts.
Kanye's like he's crazy.
Kanye wouldn't have said guy. He says something else.
Yeah.
I can't say.
Yeah.
Because I'll end up like John Gruden. But
he would have said that Jew. Oh wait, that was somebody else. I don't know. That's what he got in trouble for. He's some Jewish.
Yeah, it was anti-Semitic stuff.
Anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah, he hasn't apologized for that yet.
Yeah.
Well, and that happened last week. The Nets had to release a statement because Kyrie said the same. Kyrie was saying the same stuff on.
No, Kyrie is backing a movie or something that's about that stuff.
Yeah, I don't see there any problem with Kyrie. He's crazy too, but he also stands up for what he believes in. Both those guys do.
Yeah.
They don't just follow the line and get right on the plantation like everybody else. I mean, they think what they think. I don't agree with them most times. I'm going to be honest, but you got to have, if a guy has his own views and isn't pushed,
well, they want you to get.
He's not like Hollywood.
They want you to get in line if you don't agree with them.
Yeah,
that's the problem. They don't, so of course they get blackballed, and it's not right. It's totally wrong, and it's
because you don't line up with Hollywood or whatever they want you to do, and those guys go against it, and then they just tear them apart. And they got big shoulders, both those guys.
So the Bears travel to Dallas and lose 49-29 after cutting the deficit 2023 after being down 28-7. Justin Fields, 151 and 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing. Khalil Herbert, 99 yards and a touchdown. Mooney, 5 catches for 70 yards. Prescott, 252 touchdowns. Pollard, 131 and 3 touchdowns. And CeeDee Lamb, 5 catches, 70 yards and a touchdown. So a lot of offense in that game, which I didn't think I'd say all year with a Bear game. The Bears' offense is progressing. I think they look better today. The defense didn't look good. And if anybody tells me it's because Robert Quinn got traded, I'm kicking in the balls. I swear to God, because Robert Quinn was not doing anything right at defense. And Roquan Smith crying at the press conference. I really think they need to trade Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith is something, it's a business, okay? And you know why they traded him, Roquan? Because they got to pay you next year if you want to stick around. You're part of the reason he got traded. If you would have said, I'll take a pay cut for my buddy Robert Quinn to stay, they probably would have done it. But you wouldn't.
Yeah. I
you're going to leave next year. I really think the Bears should think long and hard about trading Roquan Smith before the trade deadline. And my reasoning is this: if you're that good of a linebacker, no matter how good a team around you is, nobody should run for 131 and 2 touchdowns against you. I'm not saying they should have scored 49, but if they got beat in the pass game, it's different. But they got ran out all day. They've been run out all year by teams. And you have this guy.
Prescott was throwing pretty old. He was getting some guys pretty wide open too.
But that's these other guys aren't asking for anything. They're just trying to learn the game right now. Roquan Smith he's like I said. Remember Blake, the pick guy, and I'll relate to some people know around here. Blake, the linebacker that played for the Packers.
Martinez.
Remember Blake Martinez led the league in tackles too.
Yeah.
And he was just a mop-up guy. That's why he led the league in tackles. Difference.
Chris Borland did too. And
when guys like Ray Lewis and even Borland and Brian Urlacher and guys like that lead the league in tackles, they were making difference when they lead the league in tackles. Leading the league in tackles when you're on a bad team is not special.
No,
it's not.
You're making a lot of tackles.
Or leading the league on a defense like Blake Martinez that they couldn't stop anybody they couldn't stop the run game. And
it goes to the Stafford thing. Yeah, geez, he throws for 4,500 yards every year.
Yeah.
He has to. They're down by 28 points all the time. You know. Yeah. You're kind of putting that position. Oh, Bears rushed for 240 yards. It's the third game in a row. First time that's happened since I don't know when.
Petey just wrote, Petey Harbrick just wrote, you don't know anything.
To me?
No, to all of us.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The Bears are. I wish they
tell Petey to make a trade one of these days.
He won't.
He's always talking trash.
He's holding on the bench players that he can get rid of for someone that'll help him win a championship, but he won't do it. So I'm going to help someone that can.
Oh, you got a trade going with him?
He won't do it.
Oh yeah, well, it can't be any worse than my baseball trade. He reneged on me.
Yeah, he did the same thing to me.
Oh, I know.
Offered me a trade, and I said, okay, I'll do it. And I don't want to do it now.
Yeah, he's horrible.
Relax, like Belichick running the front office over there.
It's that red hair, man. It's still sunny out. If it was in the winter, you got a chance. When it's sunny out, it goes to his head.
Yeah,
I don't know what it. So the Bears did that for the third time. Jace, look up. I don't know if you can even find that. A team rushed for over 200 yards 3 games in a row.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been probably 30, 40 years.
And I don't, we sit here and talk, and I know you don't mind if we talk about the Bears a little bit. I know some people that come to the show don't.
And they're averaging over 5.5 yards a carry.
Yeah,
they're running the shit out of the ball.
They have 3 guys, well, including Fields, that are averaging 5 yards a carry. Montgomery and Herbert that's another guy the Bears need to look at trading. David Montgomery. And I like David Montgomery. I don't think he's bad, but Khalil Herbert is doing a fine job in that offense. And if you're looking to get picks to stock your team up in the next few years, Dave Montgomery, he's in last year's contract.
He get you a second rounder,
even a third rounder. I'd take. I'm not going to ask the bank now. Roquan Smith.
He's in the last year of his contract.
I believe so.
I'd take a 4th rounder.
Yeah, and Roquan Smith is I think they do need to get a 1st round pick for Roquan Smith, and a late one. A team that's late, that's a playoff team's going to want it anyway. You're not going to trade him to the Texans or anybody because they're not going to trade your 1st round pick for him. So they're not going to.
Well, and yet again,
like a team like the Chiefs,
he's got one more year.
Yeah, he's done this year too.
You ain't gonna get a 1st round then for him.
Well, team that wants to win them might give you one though, because but then
maybe
it might be a situation where he agrees to sign with the team though.
Which team just if you got
I think a perfect place for him is the Chiefs. I really do. The Chiefs is a good place to go for him because obviously the Eagles aren't going to trade for him. I'm looking for the Bills maybe, although that's where Odell's supposed to be going possibly.
Buffalo. Von Miller wants him there bad.
But like I said, I like Roquan, but I just don't think. And would he be great in a better defense? Possibly, but he's always been on bad. We don't know. I mean,
he doesn't seem motivated at times.
No, and if he's
some days he makes big plays and then he takes off like 4 plays.
And I didn't watch that game. Did he make a bunch of plays today? Did you see anything today?
I didn't notice anything.
Who?
Roquan.
I mean, he probably had. Well, let's see how many tackles he had today. That's good. That'd be a good look.
Pull it up.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, me and friend of the show,
4 tackles, one assisted tackle.
He only had 4 tackles today.
Ugh. Yeah.
In a game where they gave up 49 points.
Yeah, see, and me and a friend of the show, Andy Heber, always have this conversation. He loves him. I'm fine with trading him, and he's like, "No, when this team's ready to win in a couple of years, you need him there." I'm like, "Well, you're gonna find another one of him.
You're gonna have to.
You'll find other guys. You'll find other guys.
You'll draft."
It's kind of getting into the Cubs situation here.
Yep.
You got to move some of these guys and get. What you got to do is get guys back that are younger again, or draft picks in the NFL. So in 3 or 4 years, when you're going to be there, you have guys that are going to be coming closer to their prime.
Because I do think
he's going to be past his prime by the time he gets there.
Yeah, and I agree. That's why I always say, and I do think their offense has progressed. They've gotten better, and this isn't like Buffalo Bill can't say Chief status or anything like their Packers offense.
No, they look good,
but they've gotten better.
They looked real good.
Justin Fields look more comfortable now. He's still making those mistakes, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but here's the difference with him. When he makes a mistake, he's a goldfish.
Oh, yeah, he's almost like the Ted Lasso. You're right. I agree. I know what you're saying.
I've noticed.
goes over, he
I've
doesn't-
been telling you, it's been like 3 weeks now. I've watched him, and I can tell you, it was that right before the half of I can't remember which game now. It was
2 weeks ago. You're right.
And all of a sudden, it looked like it clicked. And now I was watching him today. He's rolling out, finding his guys, giving them time to get out. He's not just ducking his head down and running into the line.
Well, today he did something that he didn't do the first 3 weeks. He rolled out the goal line. He had a guy in his face, and he threw the ball to the guy under the guy that did a little out for him.
Yep.
And got like 2 yards, but you know what?
Yep.
Didn't take
Didn't
a
get
sack.
sacked.
Didn't have to throw it away. He got 2 yards.
Yep.
That's a big deal. And now you're second and goal from the 3 instead of being second and goal from the 6 or back at the 5. Or now you can run the ball maybe.
Yeah.
You got options now.
I don't think he's ever going to be that guy that throws for 300 yards a game every week.
You know, I don't know if he gets a guy like a DeAndre Hopkins type guy. I mean, Kyler Murray wasn't throwing 300 yards a week until he got DeAndre Hopkins back.
Good
Hopkins
call.
back, and I personally don't think he's as
got
athletic
Mooney.
as Fields.
Velas Jones dropped a wide open.
Oh, I saw that today.
Oh God, it was embarrassing.
He had a couple nice runs today.
I don't think it would have been a touchdown, but it would have put him right down there.
And that was. I mean, they were down. They probably won the game, but it's one of those things that you got to make those plays though.
If he touches Micah Parsons, maybe they don't get the touchdown. Maybe something happened. They got a punt, whatever.
Punt, field goal, maybe.
The game's a lot closer.
Yeah.
Just that play. Velas Jones drops probably either close to a touchdown or.
I do give credit though with his coaching staff, because that's the one thing people are saying about this coach, and it's not just locally, it's nationally stuff you see. In every game they've been in this year, even the games they're not like the Packer game. The Packer game, which was closer than the score probably, and this game was maybe close. I don't know, but even in games it looks like they're still fighting.
They're
still
ran for 240 yards.
They're still playing hard. They're still trying to make plays. I mean, they were down 27 today. You could have just packed it in and went home. Nope, they got back to 28-23. I mean, to me, that's impressive to me. For a team that's young, not much on the team, just that defense killed them today. You're right.
That fumble recovery, they're almost at what are they, midfield when they get the fumble?
Yeah, well, if he makes that play, they got the ball still.
They got the ball
if you
at
don't
the
fumble.
50. Yeah, if Montgomery doesn't fumble, it could be a 14-point swing there, right there. And that's now if you look at that, that's 36 to 42. It's a closer game.
And that was another play too where I noticed that he did again what he hasn't been doing. He was running out, and did you watch the game?
Yeah,
he had rolled out, and that's another. He could have ran, but he saw Montgomery and threw him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's unfortunate Montgomery fumbled, but it was the right play. Why run?
Give him a goddamn trophy. He hit Komet in the end zone without overthrowing him.
Yes. PD says that's holding on every play. Salary needs to match up. How much are the Bears paying for Quinn still? They are paying most of his salary this year.
Yeah, most of his salary.
But doesn't matter because they're going to pay it anyway. And actually, he agreed not to have. He's cutting his contract out next year for the Eagles.
And would they get a 4th or 5th?
4th, which a lot of people said that was fine.
That's a good pick.
It's you paid basically $17 million for a 4th round pick, and
yeah,
that's the NFL.
It's every league except baseball.
You were paying him anyway.
Yep.
And he wasn't. You got to pick for. If they were 7-0, I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
But they're not.
No,
that doesn't matter.
It's not like they traded their closer.
And Quinn's a 3-4 guy, and they're doing a 4-3 defense now. They changed defenses, and he had 1 sack all year.
He's 31 years old, right?
30. Yeah.
And you know what? It's time. Move on.
Not to be funny, but he's a free agent next year. Maybe like Chicago so much he'll come back. He's crying too, but I guarantee he ain't coming back. Well, the Bears won't sign.
Move. I mean, same thing with Roquan. Go see what you can get for him.
So I would just like to bring this up. Possession time today. Bears 36-04. Dallas 23-56.
Jesus.
Total yards. Chicago 371. Dallas 442. Both teams had 1 turnover apiece. First downs. Chicago 22. Dallas 24. So it was a pretty evenly matched game. Wow, rushing. I didn't even see this stat. How many rushing yards does the Bears have today, Dad?
240.
240.
I said that
240.
twice.
Yeah, he's not.
At 200.
This guy.
Yeah.
I
mean, the passing was a little, but the passing's been better.
Well, they had 2.
That's a big thing. The passing's coming up what people wanted to see.
And Ed said he should have probably he could have easily had another 40, 50 yards on his passing if Velas Jones cuts that ball.
Yes. So
here's the thing. It was a good pass. It was perfect pass.
He did underthrow the first ball of the game though.
Yeah.
He had Pettis, and he had him beat. And I thought it was a little bit of interference,
Why-
but I'm not going to argue because he threw a bad ball.
Okay, I saw. Is this the one where Pettis didn't come back to the ball?
He tried to, and the guy kind of cut him off.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that
He
should
should have just stopped.
He should just ran into him.
Yeah.
And but he put his hands like this, tried catching it, and the guy just cut his
Yeah.
arms. I'm like, well, that's pass interference. But if he throws it over, might be a touchdown. He had him beat. Great first call. You know what? That's good coaching.
Pettis could have done a better job to draw that offensive or that interference.
You know why it's good coaching? Because that play was golden on the first play of the game. They saw something on tape they could do to them.
Yep.
And they did it. It just didn't work out with that play. They caught him and they said, "Oh, it didn't work." I
agree. It's almost like the coaches are like, you know what, we can work with this guy right now.
Yeah, and I don't think I think they're going to keep Fields. I don't think people are like, "Oh, they might draft it." No, they're not going to draft a quarterback. You know what? If they're bad next year too, then they draft a quarterback next year. There's a quarterback. Quarterbacks come out every single year.
Yeah, Trubisky will be a free agent.
Yeah, we grab him. Yeah, maybe.
Cutler might be back.
Yeah, we'll bring. Oh, if they brought
Smoking
Cutler
Jay.
back,
We get season tickets.
Oh, right behind Cutler's bench seat,
So we can smell the smoke.
so we can smell his cologne.
Well, but at the end of the day, so if the Bears don't have that fumble and they score the touchdown off of it,
Well, they were.
And Valance Jones-
We're getting ahead of the game a little bit because
I mean,
they were going to be. It was third down, I think, and they were be like 3 yards short of the first down, so they may have punted.
all right,
So
but no,
that's-
at the end of the
that's-
day, I'm saying that the score doesn't look like this. If Valance Jones catches that touchdown and they don't let that touchdown,
Valance Jones?
they lose. Whatever.
Well, you just call the basketball name.
Whatever. And then it's only a one touchdown game they lose by.
Yeah.
So the
it's
game's a lot closer if these simple mistakes just
But that's
come
why.
together.
And you know why the difference? Why Dallas is 6-2 and the Bears are 3-5? Because Dallas doesn't make those mistakes all the time, or they can overcome those mistakes.
And I'm gonna give credit to because I've always
They have more talent.
but I give credit to McCarthy because he's he's running the ball now.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
They're running
today.
the ball better than they have. Their defense isn't really that ranked that good.
They were well balanced today.
Yeah, the Packers. I mean, the Bears gave them a few, gave them free points on a play and all that. But I mean, I give them credit. We'll see as the year goes on, things happen. But the game in Philadelphia, they fought back and lost. But if Cooper Rush went through those 2 picks in that game, they might went on the road at Philly. I don't know. I think this team is better than people. I mean, people always look at it and go 6-2, and I think they're a little better. They are good. They're a solid 6-2 team.
They were.
I'll put it this way: the Bears didn't lose to a bad team today. It's not like they lost to the Redskins. That was a bad loss. This wasn't a bad loss. Yeah. This is a
the Redskins they're destroying that division.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you did the back seat.
That division is the back seat now. Oh my God!
Well, they got Detroit. They beat Detroit yet?
I don't know. Well, I know they beat the Packers and the Bears.
So the Bears. I like the way it's going. I think we'll see. I mean, they got.
I saw a guy at not Shenanigans. Sunnyside this morning. I was in there day drinking about 9 o'clock.
Starting early.
Yeah, you guys, you should have shut up. And there's a Bears fan over and said something, and I was like, hey, same record as the Packers. What do you? It's not as bad as you think. And here's the difference too. The Bears look like they're on their way up, working slowly but surely, getting better, and the Packers look like they're on a cliff falling off right now.
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, I'm going to guess their defense is going to be better next year. They got a young defense. I don't know if Rodgers is going to be back. I really don't. It's a rebuild almost.
I think it gets tougher for the Packers. I mean, here goes Aaron Jones. He's loose.
And here's the other thing. You mentioned this before about who is the reason why they can't Roquan's the reason they can't re-sign Quinn. Packers got the same problem. If they got rid of Rodgers and Bakhtiari, I mean, they could sign Christian McCaffrey.
But I think they have cap hits for them. I think it still happens. There's a weird.
It will
thing
for
in
1
NFL.
year, I think.
Yeah, I think the Rodgers thing is 2 more years. They're saying because they spread it out or something, and then I don't know. And plus the free agent thing. Wow, they're just gouging this team for keep running the ball, get back in the game.
Well, that's if they had a guy like we were saying earlier. If they had a guy like Garoppolo instead of Rodgers, they would run the ball more because they know they can't throw the ball as well.
Yeah.
They think they can throw the ball right now, and they can't.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I just think that, who knows? I mean, is a disconnect? I don't know. I mean, like a lot of people after their first 3 games or 3-1, people thought they were going to be 6-1 coming in this game.
Should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have been beating these teams.
They're 3-4, and I mean,
And they're getting their ass handed to them
they're,
right now.
they're moving the ball okay here, but they're down, and it doesn't look like they have any answer for Buffalo's offense at any point here. So that's the problem.
No team does so far.
Yeah, you can score except for the Dolphins. Although they did put a 40 on Dolphins, and that's why they lost.
Yeah.
And they still lost, so that was their own fault. But
Yeah, I don't think Buffalo's going to be tough to beat unless you outscore them.
yeah, Buffalo is Anthony Davis is playing tonight.
Oh, he did come back? They
Yeah.
said he was questionable. I didn't think he was
No,
gonna...
he's playing.
Yeah, quit bad mouthing him.
Sorry. I didn't think he was going to play. That's what they were saying, but he's back.
They're losing though.
Yeah, shocker.
First
Not.
quarter only though. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think they're just gouging them for yards.
Oh, that's a...
Oh, I need him to score. I got him in a touchdown
Dylan?
only league. Touchdown only league. That would a nice run too, because that would have been.
He's going to get his touchdown now because they're going to just keep running.
I'm in a 50-pointer plus the 50 yards rushing. You get the points for the yards. So that would be nice. I have Josh Allen too. But he hasn't thrown. Only one touchdown. Oh, he's on 2, huh?
They from 2.
Oh,
The first 2, and then they had the jet sweep.
Oh, nice. Was it a?
No, it was a handoff.
So yeah, so that's the NFL for this week. So maybe we can talk about a few games next week. What the spreads are looking like. I don't know if they're out this early. Oh, what do I look for this stuff? Here we go. I don't know.
Hold on.
Good stuff right there. Good stuff.
Good old NFL. Oh, boy. He wobbly or
No, he was
hurt?
bent backwards.
Oh, that hurts. Thought he got hit in the head and he was...
No, he was bent backwards.
Well, did you see the college kid that happened the other day? He got hit. The kid got up, fell down, got up.
Oh, nope. Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's done. Oh,
Oh, he might have.
Oh, I don't know. It's
That first knee, it collapsed in.
It looked like his ankle though. His leg kind
That's the same thing Cooper Cup when those guys leave their ground and with that tackle now where they jump and then try to land on your legs.
Yeah.
It's
I don't.
weird.
I hate that.
And that's 2 guys. I've seen that happen twice today. Both guys were injured.
Yeah, I hate when
And
that.
both, pretty star players. And
Yeah, so next week I can't find any lines here. So
I'm going to tell you, Luka killed me tonight. Only got 44 points, 7 of 26 shooting, or 17 of 26 shooting. I mean, and 7 of his misses out of those 9 were 3-pointers. He only missed 2 shots from inside of the arc.
Jesus,
He's on fire.
yeah, he's pretty good.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a basketball guy.
He's
That's pretty good, though.
yeah. No, I told you I like him a lot.
So what else we got here?
Wide open. That's offensive pass interference. Going to call. Yep, he pushed off on him.
Yeah, he didn't even bounce the ball.
Well, the guy was on the ground. He looked like he flipped
He
over.
didn't even
funny.
act like he played Nintendo after catching that touchdown.
No.
He already gave up on it.
Rodgers is livid, but I want to see this now because
Yeah, he might not have been open because,
I want to see if he pushed him though, because maybe he didn't.
Rodgers is struggling with his emotions.
Yeah, because he's pressing now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he just
How can you argue that? Did you see him?
he destroyed that guy.
I mean, usually, and the thing is, in Rodgers' defense, a lot of guys get away with that.
Yeah, it looked like Tanyan was just a lot stronger. That guy
Yeah,
threw him
yeah.
like a child.
But a lot of guys. Okay, so let's see what the spreads are. Let's see. We don't want to do that game. That's boring. Let's look for the big games next week. Dolphins, Bears. Wow. Dolphins are only 3.5-point favorites at Chicago. Ooh, might like the Dolphins there.
You going that game?
Yeah.
It's a good game. I don't know. I gotta like the Dolphins. That
Yeah, I like them
look
too.
good
Yeah.
lately.
Packers, Lions.
I like the
Packers are
Packers gotta be breaking out of this.
3.5-point favorites at the Lions. That's a tough one too.
At the Lions.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna go with the Packers. The Lions defense is not that good.
The Packers. I mean, obviously, every game's a win for them, but they have to win that.
I mean,
game.
they run the ball pretty good, but this is a good one. This will be interesting. Vikings at the Commanders.
I told you, I'm taking Commanders.
3-point favorites is the Vikings.
And I don't even the Commanders of the Cleveland Indians, right? I can't remember.
I'm gonna take the Vikings in that game. I think.
I'm taking the Commanders. They are killing that division.
Yeah. How about this one, Geno Smith? You're good.
I like Geno Smith.
Getting a 3.5, getting 3.5 points at the Cardinals.
Ooh. I like it.
I might like the Seahawks. I might be on the bandwagon.
Yeah, until
Is
they
that what a Seahawks sound like?
until they pass the ball at the goal line.
It's a lot louder in the studio. I think I just shit myself.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
A battle of this is a big game here. This game might be bigger than you guys think. Rams Buccaneers next week at Tampa.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 2.5, 2-point favorites right now. Looks right around 2. The Buccaneers. I gotta take the Buccaneers.
I'm taking the Buccaneers because Tom Brady doesn't have that battle.
He signed
axe.
the papers.
Yeah, he's got
now
that.
His head's clear.
Yep, he doesn't have that battle axe dragging him down.
Yep.
Tom, have sex with me instead of going to your game. Shut up, bitch. I'm going to throw some touchdowns.
Maybe that's
So
all.
who knows? I don't know.
Maybe that's all we're gonna. Well, that's only games.
That's not official recording either. So for fact checkers, that was a
let's see how we did this week in our picks to this point. I didn't even look at this today, so let's see. I think I'm gonna say I thought I did pretty good. Probably not.
I got killed.
View all picks. Let's see. Oh no, I'm doing terrible again. I only got 3 right, so that's not good. Glenn's leading with 8. Ed, you have 6. Eric has 6. Jace has 6. I have 6 or 4. Willie has 4. Ed, you didn't do your picks.
Yeah, I did.
It says not submitted. You did. You added another one, but you did the first.
I had to because it wouldn't come up. So
okay, so I gotta add. So you have 6 right, and right now you're at 53. So you'd be I'm in sec. Oh no, okay. So Glenn's in first overall. Jace at 56. Willie at 56, tied for second.
Dang, I just guessed the last 2 weeks.
I'm at 54. Ed, you're at 53, and Eric's at 41. For the season. And
I had problems loading up the website, so I had to go all the way back to the original one.
Oh, and right now, it should be on the same one as your fantasy football teams.
No, it went. It said it won't take my password. It was weird. It said you're signed in as the wrong guy. And I'm like, whatever. So I went back to the original, and now I got a new. Now I got a second thing, the same exact one.
And tonight I've got Green Bay, and so does Glenn. If you also have Buffalo.
I did take Buffalo.
10.5 points.
Okay. Wow. I wasn't sure on that one.
Oh, okay.
What is
We
that?
are in the Michael Myers mask. All looking down.
I'm not a big Halloween guy. I'm really not.
Halloween awesome.
I know a lot of you heathens like it.
Yeah.
There've been some good costumes.
What did you say? I'm just
I saw Jeffrey Dahmer costume at a hockey game.
Oh yeah.
It's a child's hockey game, but he looked just like Dahmer. I don't know if he was even in a costume. It's kind of creepy.
I remember something that you said when you started the show. Just drink of Wisconsin. Just how Jeffrey Dahmer washed it down with his last victim, a brandy old fashioned.
That was one of our originals.
That was.
That was from the Benchwarmer archive.
You got anything else out this week?
I just got some politics type stuff, but it's funny, I hope.
What you got?
Let me see. Let me pull some up here. I was in the middle of something there.
Oh, they did call the flag.
I was going to say, like our president, I was in all 54 states last week.
I heard that.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. But has anybody checked to see if those 2 Nigerian guys were in San Francisco the morning of the Paul Pelosi underwear attack? I swear I saw a Subway sandwich wrapper in one of the police photos. Can somebody please look at Hunter's laptop for the security videos of the incident? Because he records everything. Did you guys see? In a show of solidarity, Bubba Wallace dedicated his race Sunday to Paul Pelosi by driving the entire race drunk with an unknown passenger in his car. That was what I came up with real quick.
Nice.
But those are all like conspiracy theories that were proven to be, off.
Yeah.
Why is this microphone sticky?
Probably because all of the
That's
stuff
Willie's
drinks.
microphone. Probably beard hair and stuff.
Oh.
I got one
It's
other
probably beard lice.
I got one other political thing. If anybody, did you guys see the John Fetterman, Dr. Oz debates or any of the highlights?
I heard. Oh my god!
Highlights.
Holy shit! What a mess. I mean, it was a disaster.
How? And then everybody, and then the argument I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give both parties a real easy way to solve this. Put up candidates that make sense that people will vote for.
Yeah.
What? Dr. Oz isn't legit
You
enough?
cannot force people. No, it wasn't Oz. If you know the story, don't talk.
Oh, no.
The other guy was the guy that he couldn't. He had a stroke, like a few months back, and he's incoherent at times. He really is. And I feel bad. It's
It
not
makes no sense.
It's not, who would put the guy? I feel bad for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
I don't.
You know what?
He's doing it under. At least he's doing it under his own.
Put up people that people can go
that can do the
have
job.
a choice. If if there's going to be, here's the thing. Democrats going to vote for Democrats. They're going to vote because they're dumb. They're just going to vote for Republicans because they're dumb. They don't want to see anything down the middle ever. But if you're on the fence in Pennsylvania, how can you, with a conscience, vote for that guy? Seriously.
No, you can't.
And I know Oz, they're going to be, oh, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? I've come to some realization here, and I'll take Trump out of it, but there's a lot of people running that have money already. Here's the thing. When guys have money already that are running, they're going in the office to try to keep their money. Like we all want to keep. People that don't have money when they get in there, they're looking to make money.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There's a huge difference. And I know they all have every single candidate, no matter what side you're on, has ulterior motives for why they're doing it.
Well,
they're not doing because they care
they're
for
all
you.
radical.
Yeah.
I watch the commercials. They're all radical.
Yeah, like they care for you. Yeah, the commercials tell you, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, who would vote for that baby murdering rapist? They don't care.
If you had a conscience and voted by commercial, you wouldn't even go vote. Screw this. I can't even think about voting for one of these guys.
He's like, are you voting for the baby murdering rapist? I'm like, hell no. I'm voting for the guy that's for raping babies after he murders them. They're all. I just watch the commercials, but
yeah, I mean, it's
such a mess. Can somebody investigate to see if that hippie in his underwear actually hit John Fetterman with a hammer first? Can you believe that's too far, huh?
Yeah, that's a little bit too
far. All right. But his brain is so damaged that Tua's doctor looked him over and was certain he had a concussion.
But then let him finish the debate.
Nope. After 3 questions, they started a running clock. By the 5th question, they gave up and replaced him with a speak and spell. Even Joe Biden face palmed after one of his answers. Sorry.
Joe Biden was in trash.
I told you it was going to be funny.
Joe Biden was trying to shake people's hands 3 times.
Oh, my God.
Joe Biden was like, you don't have the earpiece in right.
I thought the Tua's doctor one was pretty good.
No, I did like that.
I was on the toilet when I wrote that one.
Oh, nice.
I was like, ooh, that's good.
I'm a big fan of toilet material.
I got a lot of toilet material. I don't know. Yeah, I can't read. Some of the stuff I just write down, and it's like, I can't say that.
See a new movie coming out with, what's it called, Jace? Have you seen it? It's about the Santa Claus, like the vigilante Santa Claus.
Nah.
What?
Santa Claus is a vigilante?
It looks awesome. I'm going to go see it.
Who's in it? Who's the main?
I don't know. The guy looked like Jason Momoa, but it's not him. And I looked it up at one point.
Jason Momoa playing Santa Claus.
It wasn't
awesome.
It wasn't him though. But that's what kind of guy. I gotta show you later.
A monster.
They should have what's his face play him again. What's his name? Nicolas Cage. He should be Santa Claus.
No, Billy Bob Thornton. He was a bad Santa.
Yeah. Or just have Will Ferrell be Santa.
I mean, I still want to see that Weird Al movie. Has it come out yet?
Yeah.
No,
so.
It comes out in November.
Okay.
I believe. I want to see that too.
It's supposed to be awesome.
It looks awesome. Yeah. I don't know what's it. If anybody
It's kind of like, you know what it reminds me of? I just watched a couple weeks ago. Was that yesterday? The Beatles one with.
You watched it finally?
Oh, I thought it was excellent.
Oh, it was great.
And I think
that's the guy when he sings the songs after nobody knows him. Yeah, that's a great.
He only knows like the Beatles and Oasis. Nobody's ever heard of them, and Coca-Cola. They never heard of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Everything goes weird, a little weird and off. It's kind of like this Weird Al. It's almost like an alternate.
Violent
universe.
Night.
Yeah, Violent Night.
Violent Night. I like the name.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah. So no, it's a great movie. It's better. I'll watch it.
Cast,
I loved it. I loved
David
Hey,
Harbour plays Santa
we're
Claus.
talking about the movie.
And the cast.
We're not talking about that movie. We're talking about another movie.
Oh, well, why'd you want to know what it was so bad?
Just
if
go
you're not
ahead.
talking
Go
about
ahead.
it?
Go ahead.
Bring it up when we're not talking about the yesterday movie.
Go ahead.
Just David Harbour. That's Santa Claus.
Who's David Harbour?
I don't know. He kind of looks like a nice Willie.
What other things has David Harbour been in? You got to go down the rabbit hole now for that.
He was in
part.
Black Widow, Stranger Things, Hellboy.
So he does these kind of horror type shows.
He was in Extraction.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I've heard of a couple of those.
Okay, so-
Stranger Things, I know what it is.
Yeah, I never watched. Have you?
He was in
I didn't
War
like
of
it.
Worlds.
I watched a couple episodes and I was like, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
He was in The Equalizer.
Okay, we're good.
We don't know.
We're good.
Oh, he's in Thunder.
Okay, we're good.
Bolts.
We're good.
In Thunder what? Well, hold on. I want to hear what Thunderballs?
Thunderbolts. It's a new Marvel movie that comes out in
Who
2024.
gives a shit? Nobody's going to go see it except people in China.
And he's in the new Assembled movie.
I don't know what any of those are.
It's about how they
You're just we
assembled
only
Marvel.
got 3 listeners and you're
We had 4. Now they wanted to hear about yesterday, but you didn't let us finish. So that was a good movie, though.
it was
cool.
very good.
It was cool how it went from this is awesome to like this kind of sucks.
Yeah, at first I'm like, I don't know how this is going, and then it got really good.
Yeah.
Beverly D'Angelo's in it.
Well, that's now we're talking.
Willie thinks she's a fox.
How old is she? She's got. Oh, wait, let's guess. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna guess.
Yeah,
since Willie's not here.
67.
Oh,
What-
71.
How old is she?
70.
Oh, you're so close.
If it was last year, she'd been 69.
She
Her
had
birthday's November
She had
15th.
too many. When is it?
November 15th.
Oh, she had too many facelifts.
Yeah.
She looks terrible. Wasn't she with Al Pacino for years?
Who
Still
knows?
is.
She used to have great boobs.
She don't look that bad there, but she's had tons of facelifts.
Oh shit.
She was better.
The worst one's Madonna. Did you see her naked
Oh,
pictures?
I didn't see it, but I saw her face.
They show it was like, oh, she looks like an alien.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And it's not a joke. She looks like an alien.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? If she was like 23, you'd be like, funny looking girl, but not bad. You know, you're like, whatever. Kind of cute in an ugly way. You see her now, it's like she's 60 some years old. It's like she's a monster.
So she's like identifying as a 16-year-old now.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, well, if you can do that.
She's identifying as a 16-year-old, but her vagina is identifying as a 92-year-old that got hit with a chainsaw.
Wow.
She's identifying as your grandma's curtains.
Roast beef curtains.
Jesus, I guarantee I would rather have an old moccasin. Oh my god!
With bacon fat in it.
That thing's gotta look like like a roast beef sandwich smothered in mayonnaise, laying out on a picnic table down at the park.
I'm guessing.
You know, it flies all over.
Do you
it
think she's had it fixed though?
Oh, I guarantee she has. She's probably got that thing tightened a couple times. There's only so much you can do.
A little vaginoplasty.
Oh my god!
Think she had a transplant?
It's got to be like throwing a sausage down a hallway, just like an echo when it hits. Like one slap, and then it just like rolls.
It's like they do it in like scary movies. Like you go in the hallway and you hear a creak and stuff. What the? Oh, that's my vagina.
That's my vagina.
It's creaky. It's like the beginning of Thriller.
Yeah.
Lights pop out of it. Dancers come out.
That's how much.
Vincent Price comes out of it.
He pokes his head out.
The dust of 40,000 years.
That's how much you could fit in there. Probably it's like it's like the gates to Narnia in there.
Sperm dried from years of waste. Oh my god. Oh,
Why is the show always the best when it's just us three?
Oh my god.
Well, it's always the best one. It's just me and Dad.
And crabs right around the corner.
It's actually the dancers are the crabs. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this is.
I can picture that. That's what's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, we got something going there now.
Yeah.
Put that on the maybe list over there for stuff we might produce.
Yeah.
Once you go to film school.
Yeah. It's gonna be our movie.
What, Beverly D'Angelo's vagina
No,
unpacked?
wait, that's not what we're talking about.
We're talking about Madonna.
Oh, we're talking about Madonna's vagina.
Vagina. Oh my God.
Sorry, I got Gina on the brain.
Well, that's
our shows are always the best when two of the three of us listen.
You're a test on the NHL.
Oh my god.
Well, Jay's got it.
Are they really going to put? Okay, so they just showed a rendering on a game here of Buffalo's new stadium. It looks like a pretty typical stadium, open air.
Yeah.
They showed like a bunch of buffalo statues out in front, like full size.
Oh yeah. They look kind of cool.
Is that not going to offend like Native Americans or I don't know?
No, probably
or
not.
The Buffalo community is going to complain.
Cowboys are going to be pissed off. Them things been running in, killing all my cattle. I don't know. Everybody gets offended by everything, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a bunch of buffaloes out there protesting.
Yeah, could be.
Maybe
Bison.
picketing.
Bison, yeah.
Yeah, that might be the thing. It's like, quit dead naming us. We're bison. We identify as bison, you asshole.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We're about good, I think.
Yeah, I think we're good for tonight. Let's
Hey, Jace, take some notes so you know where we're at in the show.
Yeah, let's do some closing thoughts. Ed, what are your closing thoughts tonight?
Oh my God. Try to think. I want to see the World Series here finish out. So we got some games coming up. I picked the Astros in 5, I believe.
Oh, there you go. It's right there.
And by the next time we talk, it might be right there. So
Yeah.
they were really good in that first game for about 4 innings, and they had a couple bad innings, and they've been really good since. So
Yeah, Verlander was he didn't get the loss in that game, but has like won 101 games when he's had the 5-run lead in the game.
Yeah,
but he didn't get the loss in that game because But still, I mean,
he struggled.
That's with that lead. You think he would have? I thought it was over.
I did too.
Like, this is over.
I was surprised because I saw it was like 5-0, and then next time I looked back, it was in extra innings.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. They're in the last game they've been good offensively both games so far. So
yeah, and they got good pitching too.
We'll see how it goes.
So I mean, they've already went through Nola and Wheeler, Philadelphia's 2 big guys, and they should have been 2-0 on them, but it is what it is. We'll see.
Oh, there's what's the name? Is that Dylan?
Yes, the quad
He's
man.
back.
Yeah, it's still taking 7 guys to tackle him, and he lost a leg.
Yeah, he's lucky, man. Got lucky on that play. Not to be here. Good for him though. Don't want to see injuries.
Nope.
Especially when I got him on fantasy in one of my teams. So,
Jace,
any closing thoughts, Jace?
No, not really. I'll be at Muskego.
you're gonna be out in Muskego.
Muskego again on Friday for football. Probably one of the best rivalries in the state. They play McGuanago for the sectional championship. So whoever wins the game will be at state. So,
McGuanago, Muskego.
No, they don't get to go state from there. There's one more game, isn't there?
nope, that's the sectional championship next week. Top of the bracket.
So who did Muskego?
Yeah, but they got to play the winner of the other bracket to get to state.
No, they play at Madison.
No, because it's state.
That's the qualifier. They both meet each other and then they play at Madison.
Okay.
And then whoever wins plays in the championship
I
at
need to double
Madison.
check that.
So who did Muskego and McGuanago each beat to get there?
I'm sorry, because the state championship isn't until the week before Thanksgiving. That's still 2 weeks away.
Yeah,
I thought it was next 2
and
weeks.
I don't think they're going to take a week off like the
No,
NFL
they play every week.
for the media to catch up.
I'm pretty sure they got one game and then they play the winner of the other bracket because there's 4 brackets.
Yes.
So then the winners of the 2 sides to play each other, and they're not the winner. They were in the same bracket, McGuanago and Muskego.
Oh yeah, they're playing each other.
So then they got to play the winner of the bracket below them, I believe.
Which is probably going to be like Janesville Craig or somebody
whatever,
else.
however it was broken up or whatever. Yeah,
I
I think I could be off.
Nope, state qualifier. Which they'll play.
When is state?
Oh no, so that's Friday, November 11th, and then
The other one's going to be the 7th.
You're right. So they'll wait.
Yeah, November 11th is another week. That's not this week.
It's always
No, yeah, I know. This next week is November 4th, and then next week's November 11th.
And then the championship's November 18th.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
It's opening week of deer season every year.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's always that
Because
week.
I know a few years back when Bradford was in it, we all met at the bar with the Molineros and Ryan and all those guys and Chris Lottie.
Yeah.
We hunt about maybe 15 miles apart, so we all met at a bar in between, and we watched the Bradford thing.
Yeah.
So there was like 30 of us from Kenosha.
Oh, you went to the state the one time they went?
No, we were in a bar up in northern Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. Me
and
and
there was
Shotty,
probably like 30 of us in there from
Yeah.
Kenosha in a bar way up in,
me and Shotty went to that game. We drove to that when the Bradford won the state.
Are you guys going this year?
If the weather's nice, I talked to Shotty, we might go. But if the weather's crappy, I'm not going.
yeah, and I can't go. So
If the weather's nice, I will go up there. Like if it's like this, like 50, 55.
You never know what you get on that weekend.
Yeah, if it's nice.
We usually get about 5 degrees in the morning on
Yeah.
on opening day there. So, but I've had other years where we took a nap outside. It was 55 degrees out.
Yeah,
It happens every once in a while.
Me and Shy drop in the morning. We'll go watch Division 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3 and play. That's what we watched the one year.
Yeah,
because there are good games. 1, 2, and 3 are good games usually. And what day is that? Is that Friday or Thursday?
Friday is when the state is.
So who did Muskego beat to get in? To get to this point, you got those games.
Muskego played Milwaukee Hamilton.
Oh, no, Muskego played Indian Trail.
Oh, Muskego, you said. Muskego played Indian Trail, won 56-0. Then they played Franklin last week.
That's the one.
42-18 win. And then the McGuanago beat Milwaukee Hamilton 56-0. Then they beat Badger 42-7. And then
someone's got to give in this game.
Yeah, Badgers, Lake Geneva, right?
Yeah.
So, oof.
Yeah,
Muskego's going to win that game. But you never know. Maybe McQuannable matches up good against them.
Yeah, Muskego.
Those are two smaller towns with a big high school. It's pretty typical in these.
And the facility.
Wanakee will be in Division 2, will be in the state championship.
Wanakee is Division 2 this year? Is that what they are?
Yeah, they're still Division 2.
So who's the last two teams?
Wait, Wanakee's Division 2?
Yeah, they were.
They were for years.
They could have moved them.
They're in Division 1, I bet, because
Sun Prairie will be in Division 1.
Wanakee is Division 1.
Is it really? Oh, they went.
They are
up.
They are the 1 seed in their bracket. Yeah. They're playing Kimberly in the number 3. The game's at Wanakee.
And then what about the other bracket?
There's only one bracket.
Okay, who does? No, there's an upper and lower part. That's what I'm saying, Jace.
Yes, this is the upper lower.
Okay, so who?
So you're not just going to give. So if they beat Kimberly, they're the state champions, and then they have to play 2 more.
No.
They got. It looks like the 64. It's the 4 corners: north, south, east, west, or whatever.
Yes.
So who's?
So okay, Muskego, McGuanago, whoever wins goes here, and we'll play the winner of Arrowhead Hamilton.
Okay, yep, Arrowhead.
Which it's going to end up being a Classic 8 matchup to go to state.
Okay, so what's the other 4?
The other 4 on the other side is Bayport versus Appleton North. Bayport should kill Appleton.
Where's Bayport?
Appleton North is good. So basically, where we're at is the Elite 8.
Yes, we're at the Elite 8.
So Final Four will be next week.
And what's the other?
Wanakee and Kimberly. That'll be a good game.
Because they don't go to state. They play neutral site in the next game.
No, football's not neutral site.
It used to be.
I don't believe it is now.
It used to be years ago. Yeah, it used to have to. I remember Bradford had to go drive up past by Matt. They had to go up North Milwaukee to play their game the one year to get to state.
I don't think it was anymore.
Yeah. Okay. They might not be anymore, but it used to be.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it is because it's not labeled yet. Unless it's not labeled, but typically it'd be labeled already where the game is.
Yes,
what's your predictions then? You're a football guy.
Well, my predictions, Appleton North is solid, but they're the 6th seed this year. Bayport's had a solid season all year, which...
Where's Bayport out of? I still don't know.
I think they're out by Green Bay. Up there, I believe. I'm not sure. But that's always a toss-up out there. Appleton could for sure win, but I'm not really sure with that one. Arrowhead should beat Hamilton, but like I said, Classic 8 conference, they played each other, so who knows?
So Bayport's Green Bay.
So you think Arrowhead versus Muskego?
That's what I'm gonna guess. Arrowhead, Muskego.
To get to the championship.
And then you're
Muskego.
I'm taking Arrowhead.
And then it's going to be Wanakee.
I'm going to say Wanakee
and Bayport.
And Bayport.
Wanakee gets there.
Yeah, Wanakee versus Muskego at Madison.
Wanakee won how many state titles as a D2?
Oh, they were so good. Was that Kakana or Wanakee?
Wanakee. I know Kakana was good too.
Kakana's usually pretty decent.
Let's see where they are.
So that's the Division 1. So
let's go Division.
Is your closing thought? Because we gotta go.
Yep, we're good.
Well, Division 6. Who do you guys got winning?
Division 6.
Well, who do you guys got winning next week?
Oh, Bradford.
At Tremper, Kenosha St. Joe's versus Darlington.
Ooh, Darlington. That's a long place to travel from.
To Tremper, and yeah.
I got Kenosha St. Joe's local team. They don't have to travel.
Kenosha St. Joe's they might go to state St. Joe's.
So that's next weekend at Tremper?
Yep.
Should go take a picture of that game.
Yeah, why don't we go to that game?
I could.
I gotta see if Jeff Lowe how about do the chains.
Let's go there. Benchwarmers road trip all the way down the street
to Tremper.
5 blocks away
to the Dirty T.
All right.
Okay, so my closing thoughts. NFL Week 8 closing up here, and then we'll be back next Monday on our normal day and time for the show.
Yeah.
So for Ed and Jace, Eric and Willie are at a spa day. So we'll be back next week. Hopefully we're fresh and ready to go. So guys have a good week and take care.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks, park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
We did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. We're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia. Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
Give him more buys and eyes.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.